I've had quite an adventurous week. I spent last weekend at Blue Mountain Resort. I went up to YetiCon, which was kind of cool, but mostly rained out. I had foot pain one day, back pain the other. We marathoned Ruby Season 3. I read an entire volume of Overlord novels. I spent 4 hours on Sunday looking for a scissor lift in Oshawa. On Monday, I literally saved Red Caster from being fired. And then, on Wednesday, I got broken up with by my girlfriend. Yeah. And then I spent Thursday, my actual birthday, the day after being broken up with, marathoning Season 4 of Silicon Valley. And tomorrow we get to have my birthday party at Dave & Buster's.
In other words, he's looks better.
Northcaster, everybody. Cue the roll call.
We're live!
Sentai Castranger! Connect. Loading. Broadcast.
Equipment wielder, Newcaster, Cheetah Zazil.
Loyal aim lab. Newcaster, Lytrid.
Explorer from the unknown, Yellowcaster, Auto Jar.
Trauma Inducer, Northcaster, Saga.
One little spark of courage, Dreamcaster, Global Sound Perka.
Broadcasting loud and opinionated perspectives across the internet.
Radio Sentai Castranger.
On air!
Welcome to episode 155 of Radio Sentai Castranger.
One shall stand. One shall sit on his ass and watch a Castranger episode.
I was hoping you were going to say one shall fall so I could retort with, and one just doesn't give a shit at all.
Whoa.
Hi everybody, I'm Yellowcaster, I'm back.
Welcome to episode Cyndaquil.
Fuck you.
We're finally on Cyndaquil. I'm so happy. Cyndaquil is one of the
My
better Johto starters.
My boy Cindy!
Can I break your shins, please?
I can't wait to get to episode Totodile. That's gonna be a good
God,
time.
stop.
Lane.
I was also gonna say I'm back, but then I realized we just didn't have last week because I was at YetiCon. Emily couldn't get a ride here.
I saw Cars 3.
A noble fucking sacrifice.
Yeah, I loved Cars 3.
And
you can love a piece of shit in the road that doesn't make it good.
And then me and Guard just decided, fuck it, we'll watch a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, we watched 2 Godzilla movies. If you want to hear that story, go listen to Ultra Ranger episode 5.
M11 is best character.
M11 is best character.
And apologies again for me ditching on Enter the Amazon this week. If you listen to our cold opening, you might know why! So, yeah, we'll be back with a double episode special next week.
Oh, baby.
Ichi's amazing, though.
I also watched Transformers The Last Night this week.
You watched it last night?
No, I watched it 2 days
Oh my...
Damn it!
Oh my god.
If you'd watched it yesterday, the joke would have been perfect!
Go off topic for a second. Look at that.
What the fuck is this?
Oh my gosh, it's Pikachu and Lassiter.
Okay.
No, and there's a hat you can buy with Pikachu ears sticking out of it.
Send it to... Now you have to send that to Anthony for him to put in the episode.
As for me, I've been on a huge Metroid kick because they announced 2 new Metroid games, and I'm super fucking happy. So it's rekindled my, huge love for Metroid. So now I'm playing all the Metroid games in chronological order.
And I spent an entire day getting Blitzball Simulator to run on my PC the size of the 3DS.
And another news, I'm eating burnt pizza because nobody knows how to cook a fucking pizza in this place.
Kelly made that pizza, so fuck you.
Or it's burnt.
Yeah, our cat made that.
She's just assume her gender? Did you just assume her species?
I was about to say, you mean species?
Uh-oh.
I guess I'm supposed to say what I was doing, right?
So, this week last week was actually the perfect time to take off. It lined up with the news being short this week as well because, as everyone knows, last week Toku did not happen because of golf again.
Cue Robin Williams, golf joke.
Why don't we have a golf gashet? This is perfect.
Oh my god, I would love that. I love golf. My entire family loves golf.
I like mini golf.
Great, now I am actually thinking about the Robin Williams.
I mean, I could literally strap on this Vive that's sitting 2 feet to my right and play VR golf right now.
Can we?
It's not the same.
Because I'd rather do that than talk about what our feature topic is today.
Zyuohger VS Ninninger!
Woo! just when we thought we couldn't get enough Ninninger? Oh boy!
Lane.
Yep.
The gun.
Oh,
The gun.
The gun.
here's a bag of Cheetos.
No, the gun.
Good job rubbing
Right beside you.
That one will kill you way slower.
the reed sweater?
Yes, the
No.
gun.
Good
No,
job.
You're
Good
not
job.
using the reed sweater to throw at the TV.
No,
Good
I'm
job,
not
Rob.
gonna throw it at the TV.
Good job rubbing the mic. Now please fetch my gun. That's a Game Grumps joke.
I'm gonna go blow my brains out instead of watch this.
Wait, you have to activate the galaxy.
Oh, right.
It's not on.
Galaxy.
Galaxy. That was weak.
We are now accepting applications for a new Yellowcaster.
We're gonna call you Pale Yellowcaster.
Ghost.
In addition to that, we're talking about Ex-Aid 35 and Kyuranger 18.
Oh boy,
Ooh,
shit
ooh.
happened.
Ooh.
Yes, Gar.
No, Gar, you've already asked the question.
You're dead.
No, you may not go to the bathroom. No.
What is it, Gar?
Can I talk about my opinions on last week's episode?
Oh, well, the week before, but technically, whatever.
First off, let's get into Ex-Aid.
No. Well,
What was that face?
before we get into this week's episode,
No
let
one
Gar
else is
give
gonna
his
see that.
editorial since he wasn't here for the last episode.
Speak quickly.
30 seconds, go!
Speak now and
All right,
forever hold your peace.
Forever
Okay.
hold your pizza.
Okay, one of the funniest things about last week's episode is that when Hiro just kept walking, I was like, where are you walking to?
Yeah.
You would have been gone by now. Poppy has become useless again,
Yep.
mostly because she hasn't used her bubble driver when she needed to. Graphite and Plod did something cool. Hopefully that leads to something. And Pause in the Rain.
Yep.
That's it.
That was the one thing I was looking forward to the minute I knew he could pause.
Don't insult Poppy!
Don't insult Buggle Waifu!
Buy the reed sweater on sale now.
Where?
Came from Japan.com. He only ordered one, and that's the only one I got. I got the only one he got.
Why am I still eating burnt
I
pizza?
love this thing.
Because your options are limited.
Even
That is
the
very
worst
true.
pizza is still pizza. So.
I like burnt pizza.
Ninja
Yeah.
pizza.
Finish quickly
What
without
about
trace.
pizza Nari?
Oh, wait, I completely forgot.
Pizza
Gar! Statue of Liberty!
Wait, I completely forgot. A moment to reflect.
Now you're just making our viewers and me hungry.
God, we used to make that joke all the time when we ordered pizza back in the day.
What
Really?
do you
we
mean back
did.
in the day?
Like, in the,
Emily,
in the old house.
I don't
place.
think you know this, but they're old.
No, I know they're.
I mean,
Babe.
I am 29 now, so yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I feel really like I'm messing this episode up.
Big thank you to Starco Gaming for following me on Twitter. Thank you, Starco Gaming, whoever you are. You're getting a plug.
Yep,
And shout out.
Watch Ocha on Netflix on the 28th
I
of
will.
July. I mean, I'm
Oh,
on
so
June.
he's a full gaming channel showing off games you'd like to see. Subscribe, leave me likes and comments. Suggest a game you like to see.
Quick, I have to promote something too. Listen to Radio Sentai Castranger. Fuck!
Wait, that last line he says on his Twitter profile.
Remember to love
Suggest a
yourself.
game you like to see up.
You like to see up.
So, like, put a game up there.
Yeah, just like stick
Hold
your
your game to
ceiling.
the sky! It's Dragonfly!
I love you, Starco Gaming.
Speaking of games I'd like to see, can I just say that I'm so happy about .hack GU last recode? That is all I'll say.
It's John GU remaster.
Calling all spider.
Spider Rider!
Calling all the world players.
Calling all Kamen Riders!
Oh god, so easy.
Oh my-
Oh,
You know, that song
Alright.
had other words, but
and we talked for 9 minutes about nothing!
Okay, next thing.
I'm sorry.
Nothing happened this week.
You know what did
What
happen?
the fuck?
We got a
Lots of
fucking
stuff happened.
we got a fucking soap opera style recap. That was so weird.
Fuck no, the show went on pause this week.
No! There was tons of shit with Kiriya!
Yeah,
This was all
which
about
dragged
Kiriya.
the plot to a pause.
No.
Because there's character stuff to happen.
You know,
this whole entire episode can be summed up with every character that's not Kiriya. Holy shit, it's Kiriya. The end.
Yes, that was the purpose of the episode.
This isn't Kamen Rider Ex-Aid, the Winter Kiriya.
Gar's not happy.
That has to be the title.
Kiriya? Who's Kiriya?
Is that a joke I'm not getting?
The
Did you not see Winter Soldier?
Oh.
Remember when Captain America like sees the Winter Soldier and he sees it's Buck and he's like,
sorry,
Bucky? And he's like, who's Bucky?
Okay, I got it.
I don't get to name. I don't
Yes,
have that
you do.
authority. I just thought
You
that
already
was a
named
great
extra.
line.
Now,
the thumbnail has to be.
We're gonna come up with something better when we're talking about the Zyuohger movie. Right?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're honestly right.
Yeah.
I got a million things to talk about
Okay,
that
but-
shithole.
But real quick regarding the fucking recap, I just thought it was hilarious how the last shot of it was like all the four of them standing with their backs to the camera, and then like the lights go out in the hospital room, and I'm like, I guess fighting viruses doesn't pay the fucking power bill.
Yeah. Why?
They're just standing there, and we've lost power.
So long, everyone on life support.
okay, but I want to start with like the most important thing that I think happened in this episode.
Masamune thinks killing people will increase his user base.
Okay, well, no. First off, for that, he was sugarcoating the truth to make his employees go,
No,
oh, that's a good idea.
not even that. Just the first scene of the episode where he's like sitting there looking at the fucking numbers of
Not enough
Kamen Rider
death
Chronicle,
in our-
and he's like, I need to increase the user base. You know how you can fucking sustain and grow your user base?
No murder.
By not killing them! You are losing my interest, Masamune!
Okay, but no, the most.
Happy Father's Day.
I feel like-
Oh my god! Why wasn't there more of a Father's Day plot?
yeah, it did air on Father's Day. Amazing.
Maybe we just had enough of
You nailed it,
fathers
Gar.
already at that point.
Good job. But no, I like to think. Oh, careful, bud.
I'm good.
I just love how Masamune took. I just love how he took away Tattle Fantasy from Brave and then tells him to do a better job. How is he supposed to do his job if you take away his fucking gas shit?
Like the first person who ever caught a Pokemon, beat it to death.
You stole that from
Scalpels.
Wow, we just stole Northcaster's joke.
Hey, I'm like Goku. I steal people's jokes and I make them my own.
No, you know what? Give me a second. Excuse me. Sorry, 1 second.
Sorry, what's up?
Hey, Sal. Gar stole your Pokemon joke. The beat 'em up one. The beat 'em up one.
The first Pokemon fought.
Yeah, I stole your joke.
Yeah, and you know, here's the funny thing too. That must have been a pretty low-level Pokemon. So a guy just walked right up to a fucking rat, had a slam.
And if you'd like to hear more like that, you should listen to Terrible Warriors Pokemon Rocket Resistance,
Thank you, Sal.
where they basically do that, including stabbing a Pidgey.
Does that actually get picked up anyway?
Oh, it looked like it did, so
Okay,
hopefully.
anyways, getting back to my point. The most-
Anthony, increase the audio if that was not very audible.
Expand.
the most important part
Zoom
of
and
this-
enhance.
The most important part of this episode, at least in my opinion, was that Kiriya apparently whispered something to Emu that apparently pissed him off so much. And I don't think it was something to like say like I'm on your side or something. I think Emu was legitimately pissed off by whatever the fuck he said.
All I can say is
No, that didn't look fake.
all I can say is based on his lip movements, it looked like the first word he said was Jibun, which means either myself or yourself.
Ichi, Lena.
No, but go ahead.
Alright. This is what he said to him. Go with it.
I killed Mufasa.
Better!
I mean,
I prefer packed milk.
I thought, in all seriousness, I don't know what it was, like, seriously, but my first thought was there's no new episodes next week.
It's free real estate.
Love that joke.
Gunsman!
Soylent Green is people.
Your soul is mine.
We're just gonna go around the table till we run out of
Okay,
jokes.
no.
That's a good one though.
Too bad you.
We'll die.
You must die.
You must die.
Welcome
I
to
beat
the
Breath of the
pod.
Wild in 10 minutes.
I mean,
Impossible.
40 minutes is
Maybe
possible.
Dan could do that. He's the game master.
What's funny is like Masamune or whatever, he was like he finished talking to Hiro and then he's just like, I know you can handle shit, right? And it's just Kiriya transformed as Laser Turbo and I'm like, okay.
Why are you standing there
Yeah.
transformed?
Yes, Emily.
I just realized something.
Hmm?
Who's the real game master? Dan or Captain N?
It's Dan!
Well,
Fuck Captain N, that's an outdated
Emily,
show.
there's only one way we have to find this out. we have to match their weapons, armor, and skill to find out who would win
A death battle!
Thanks for
I
watching.
don't think that Captain N has any armor or skills.
Dan
My name's Ichi, and that's Gar. We're here to bring you a death battle.
Oh,
I'm
God.
lost.
It's time for a death battle!
Okay, I'm sorry. We need to talk about the show.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is, I noticed what Kiriya was doing this episode. He was pulling a early Genmu, where, like, all dark, all mysterious, not saying a word, like...
Keeping
and
his
just-
identity hidden for a
keeping
time.
his identity hidden for a bit, and just kicking lots of ass. Like, he literally was pulling a reverse Genmu.
Which
Could
made-
you imagine, though, the plot twist of it not being Kiriya?
That's what I was saying. Like, it was really weird because we were now watching an episode where Dan, on the side of good, was fighting Laser, trying to uncover his identity, just like Laser was doing.
I'm like watching this, I'm like, this looks familiar. I'm like, huh.
It's a lot less weird seeing Laser be all acrobatic and environmental with his fighting now that he's like way less armored.
He did a backflip.
Yeah, and like because even when he was level 3, like Chomper a bike gamer, even with all that heavy armor, he like jumped kicked a lot and like tumbled around a lot, which always was weird seeing as he was in such heavy armor. But now it seems like it's more suited to his battle style. I still don't like the level 0 suit.
He looks like a Pikachu.
He looks like a duck.
It's a duck.
He looks like a fucking duck.
Everyone is calling him a duck.
Quack.
I don't see
Quack.
a dog.
Like the scene when
The
like
fucking engines on his
like
chin.
the scene when he was like was in Masamune's office and he like turned around and I was just quack.
The engines on his chin. His end chins. I'll be here till Thursday. So yeah, they talk about the fact that Laser Turbo is probably Kiriya, and Taiga's like, yeah, until Genmu killed him, and then Dan just like smiles.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, like Dan just goes like,
I fucked him.
I fucked him.
no, it's like, all right, who killed me? Guilty.
Yeah, that smirk was priceless.
So
No, he just spins around in the wheelie chair, like has his leg up.
so Dan continues.
How's it going, big boy?
Okay.
No.
You back?
First off, Proto Sports, Shakuriki Sports, I love that chime for it. It's like Shakuriki, hot! And it's just fucking great.
Yeah,
Actually,
I don't remember.
I can't remember the full thing,
Quick-
but it was super, super funny.
Quick
So.
question.
Hmm?
So, what does Kiriya?
Oh.
Morty. What does Kiriya use to transform with? Because he has the Gamer Driver, of course.
He has apparently
But
another
it's
copy
a
of
new
Boxo Bike.
Yeah, new Boxo Bike.
They specifically mentioned that Emu still has Boxo Bike, so we're not sure what the deal is with the copy of Boxo Bike that
Maybe.
Laser has.
Boxo Bike
Unless
Turbo.
Masamune
Masamune?
updated
Masamune.
Yeah, Masamune updated the proto Boxo Bike.
Possible, but I don't know.
Mean, much
Makes sense
like
you could do
with
that.
how Dan updated the Mighty Action X.
I guess.
There you
Probably
go.
just did the same thing.
There you go.
It's possible.
Yeah, because you know what? Yeah, because like the original Proto Mighty Action X, it's like purple, and so maybe the Proto Boxo Bike is just an upgraded version of it, so it's yellow. That makes sense.
Or we're just lazy.
I'm accepting that.
Well,
I'm accepting that.
Because they specifically pointed out that Emu still has the original Boxo Bike. I think it's something that they will eventually explain.
Or not.
I
Because
mean,
we only got like...
it's so insignificant at this point that I feel like they could choose to explain it or not, and unfortunately we just have to
Well,
deal
listen, we only got 15 episodes left of the
with
series.
that's plenty of time to just tell us where that came from.
So Dan.
Holy shit, there's only 15 episodes left.
I know, I don't want it to end!
So Dan, being the amazing son of a bitch that he is, he designed Hyper Muteki, and I'm so happy about that because I'm glad Muteki isn't just a thing that like Deus Ex Machina thing Emu pulled out of his ass randomly because he believes in himself or
Like
something.
Mugen.
I
Yeah.
believe in Steve, I believe...
So
Mugen was pretty great, but you're right.
and Dan states that Muteki is his greatest creation, and I'm so happy, and because of that, I'm getting it. Well, actually, Ichi's getting it for me for my birthday because he's getting me the Mighty Action X or Mighty Maximum set with Muteki. So, but yes, I am going to have that on a shelf above my Genmu display in my room, just to shine above everything else that Dan has created.
Just a pyramid of Dan things.
Yeah. And just Muteki at the top.
I find it weird that you guys do that, like for birthdays and Christmases.
What?
Like both of you like switch.
Well, that kind of comes with the territory of A, being best friends, B, living together for 10 years, and C, having birthdays only a month apart.
Yeah, and also we always get each other a gift that's equal in value. So I bought him a $90 game, he's buying me a $90 toy set, so woohoo!
Yep.
That's a $90 set.
Yeah, it's like $85. They're both electronic gadgets.
2 big, double-sized special gadgets.
How much is a regular dual gadget?
Oh, you mean like
the Gacha Gear Duel and the Beta?
The Beta was
like just.
Oh, Max and Mighty? I think it's like 45. Sorry.
So, like any dual gadget.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Beta is like 45. The Gacha Gear Duel per puzzle one's 65.
Because it came with the slot.
Yeah, because it's a bigger box.
Also that.
Yeah, and then Mighty Brothers is like 45.
So 2 of those is 90.
But yeah, and like seeing the Muteki in action with like in toy reviews, it's cool. It's shiny.
It has very good songs, like the sounds it makes.
I love like because it shows in the belt. So I think honestly, Emu can like give it to like another rider, and
we'll talk more about Muteki when that debuts next week. We've talked about it on Extra.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful fucking gadget, and I can't wait to get it.
I just love how some rando ride player is fighting Alhambra, and Emu runs out in level 3, and it's like, this is all you deserve, motherfucker.
You're so shit. I'm just gonna fight level.
Isn't Alhambra like level 10, maybe 30 at this point, because he's died a bunch? And Emu just decides, fuck it, you're not even worth Mighty Brothers.
Hey, you know what? Because, no, he's not gonna use Mighty Brothers anymore, because that's literally him teaming up with Palad, which he doesn't want to do. Actually, you know what? I like that.
I still need to like go back and watch every use of Mighty Brothers and see if Palad is present or not.
But he is when like there was one time where he fought both Mighty Brothers as Paradox. Like he's like, oh, I'll fight both of you at once.
Okay, so that doesn't make sense then.
I don't know. But yeah, I like to think that Emu doesn't use Mighty Brothers anymore because that's like working with Palad and he doesn't want to do that.
So anyways, Laser Turbo pulls out Proto Sports Bike Gamer and just decimates Genmu.
Did someone say turbo?
Turbo-tastic!
Turbo.
I love saying that.
Turbo.
Dan is getting to be much more of a troll because when he continues this time, he literally woohoo out of the hole.
I know! It was awesome.
Everybody knows what Kiriya is right now.
He's a bugster now.
No,
he's a bugster.
No, he's the 6th Ranger of Uchu Sentai. Turbo Ranger.
Oh.
Is there a character named Kiriya?
No, he's just saying because it's Laser Turbo.
Oh, sure.
He's the 6th Ranger of the Turbo Ranger.
He's a rider, though. It's not really.
Well, he was one of the...
Fine, he's a Bangai hero.
Your joke fails, Gar.
No, it doesn't.
I just love how Kiriya.
You guys don't like it because it's old Sentai.
I just love how Kiriya now has this black coat, even though it's completely unexplained.
I don't hate Turbo Ranger because that was the Sentai that aired when the year I was born. I actually want to watch Turbo Ranger.
Well, you're not, because nobody wants to sub it.
Teachers is...
No, they're high school
they're students. Teachers was the previous
Five-man was teachers.
I'm sorry.
Get your school Sentais right.
We also get to see Jet Combat, Pro Jet Combat Gamer, which...
Oh my god.
It's exactly like regular Jet Combat, but it's... Kiriya used it really, really fucking cool.
I forgot Jet Combat existed.
I like it too. It's like Jetto, Jetto in the sky, fly high, sky, Jet Combat.
But yeah, we do get to see Proto Combat Bike Gamer, I guess it's called, and it's just decimates. It's so cool.
Yep.
You know what's weird? Because Laser's yellow, I like to think that the normal Jet Combat would actually match up with him not so terribly.
Yeah.
Only we had the level up.
Orange and yellow doesn't always.
I'm surprised they haven't put out a level up figure for Laser Turbo.
I'm shocked that they haven't done one for, Cronus.
Or Poppy.
Didn't they announce it? I'm pretty sure.
No, that was the candy toy.
Oh.
Because apparently the candy toys are more cheaper to make.
Except for they're all expensive as shit. Because
But
they
yeah,
come in sets.
so I'm kind of sad that Laser Turbo's first Henshin was like at the same time as Ex-Aid because I wanted it to be like.
He doesn't even do any spins or flips. He still kicks his portrait, which I guess is
as good as we can get.
No, but I like that he did like kind of like a aggressive front kick.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And then like these catchphrases is like Zero Soku for Zero Gear. And then when he does Jet combat bike game where he does Baku Soku, which is like explosive gear.
Baku Soku, it sounds like Bakso.
It does.
I think that's the
Where
joke.
it comes from.
Oh,
That's probably
okay.
the joke.
Bakso.
But yeah, Krona shows up and uses his paused fuckery. But Nico did a really neat thing where as he was about to use pause, she throws over a recovery medal just where Snipe lands.
Yeah, like, totally assuming that she knew that Cronus was going to use pause. So she's like, you know what? I'm just going to throw this ahead of time just to save Taiga. So, way to go, Nico.
And Poppy did nothing.
She watched the patient.
Yeah, but she could have. She has a driver.
Okay, yes, but she did get some major character development, which made her like Poppy is one of my other favorite characters in Ex-Aid. So it's Dan and Poppy, and like they're on the rooftop talking with Pilad because Pilad's still like, oh, we need to fight him together or else we're not gonna win. And I was like, fuck you, no. And then
I'm Dan's friend now.
And then
I don't want to be friends with you.
But then Poppy,
Friendship has ended.
no, but then Poppy says to Pilad, like, oh, but you've, like, killed tons of people. Yeah, well, you were created because of a life was taken. And she's like, yeah, which is why I'm now fighting on the right side, so I can, bring smiles to people and stuff and help Emu. And I was just like, and that's why you're awesome, Poppy.
But yeah, Emily, I love that meme.
Yeah.
Friendship has ended with Kiriya. Now Dan is my best friend.
Yeah.
Dan's been bit
I
now.
actually didn't remember the whole meme, so that's why
Now
I stopped.
I'm just thinking about the scene from How I Met Your Mother. You dated a stripper? Friendship over!
No, and then, like, you see Dan, like, in his office or whatever, like, trying to create the Muteki gas shit, and then he just, like, yells out, like, Kuto Kiriya! He's just, like, super pissed off.
Yeah.
Also, Kiriya gives, like, some really, like, dark fucking glares at Dan, just being like...
Well, he's the one who killed him.
I know,
of course
but he's
he
just,
is.
yeah, he's just like...
I'm surprised he doesn't fucking try and sock him. He punched Emu enough.
So...
But shouldn't he hate me? Oh no, I hate you.
Why...
Broly hates Goku.
Why are you working with the bad guys? Because you revived me? Duh.
I mean, good point, but...
Let's see here. Let's see here. A good union, dental. He brought me back from the dead. Fuck you guys. I'm out of here.
Can't bring anyone back from the dead. It's not a pretty picture. I don't like doing it.
But just guys, where'd Kiriya go? Oh right. He's a bike.
No, and then Emu gets like this stupid thought in his head, thinking, "Oh, Kiriya's programmed to be evil. You just gotta reprogram it, and it'll be all good."
I'm gonna reprogram my dead friend!
Guys,
I mean, it worked last time.
are we gonna have Kiriya as Kamen Rider Laser Turbo ride Boxo bike?
Oh, please!
That would be so cool!
Please!
I mean, he probably could if you, like, put the Boxo bike in the Kimiwaza slot.
He could literally ride himself.
I mean...
Ride his dead corpse.
Again,
That's
it's
worse.
not his corpse. It's an empty shell of armor with bike parts.
Just him driving around. This feels awkward.
So, like, Emu does do his...
That's better.
So when Emu did his like reprogramming, he actually like fired like a slash or whatever, a blast or whatever, and then like Kiriya used Alhambra to block it, but then apparently he had like a second one ready and just like jumped and slashed right at him, and then like yeah, it actually like fucked Kiriya up a bit, and then like he goes up to him, he's like, Kiriya, are you okay? He just like does like the Emu like he's alright, and immediately I was just like, bullshit.
And it's at this moment that everyone remembered that Kiriya was a convincing liar.
Yeah. So like,
yeah.
you gotta remember, Kiriya's a fucking huge ass liar. We don't know like half of him as a person. So like, he could just be bullshitting this whole time, have an entirely like good plan up his sleeve, and he's just going with like everything with everybody, and so we don't know what the fuck his motives are. So I'm interested to see where Kiriya goes for the rest of the series.
It is interesting that he's like gone, or at least is putting up the front that, yeah, I left things to you, Emu, and you fucked up Royal. Not only did you not kill the Bucksters, but Kamen Rider Chronicle is come around.
What the hell, man?
And
I
then
thought
like,
we'd be back by now.
But yeah, so
With all this,
he whispers whatever the fuck he said to Emu, and whatever he said like appears to have
pissed him off.
actually triggered Emu, and he just comes up and goes, "You're not my friend anymore!" Eh! And just socks him good.
This is a cliche. You should know it by now.
I know. It's so
I
fun to watch.
liked it though, and like even Emu like he's talking to Kiriya and just being like my motivation has literally been because of what you said to me before you died.
they're just lame.
Hmm?
This is the part where I run away.
This is the part where you fall down.
Just, you're not my friend anymore! I didn't mean it!
What's with them and using water a lot?
And then, like, Cronus uses his paws, gets Kiriya out of there, but then apparently for some reason decided to pull a dick move and just put Emu on the steps to make him like, almost trip on the stairs.
Yeah, like Emma was clearly standing on the beach where Kiriya and him were fighting, and then after the pause, he's like on the edge of a stair and almost trips, and I'm like, did Masamune just try and make Emu trip over stairs?
Yeah.
What a dick!
Oh, and like when Snipe was trying to like fight Cronus, it was cool that like he was just like blocking all the shots with his hand, and I'm just like, holy shit! Like this guy can do everything.
Yep.
Fuck.
Well, he does not have a level, so.
And then oh yeah, Graphite's like getting really fucked up with the Gemdia strain. So
Are we seeing a Bugster being infected with another Bugster?
apparently, well, like it makes sense because but it makes sense.
Bugsterception.
Gemdius is like the strongest Bugster ever. So he's probably like the strongest strain of virus. So like
Even
he can
viruses get infected.
Yeah, so he can probably infect everything.
He's a super virus. He's Damon.
He's
Ooh.
From
Gigabyte.
Reboot.
Was Gigabyte a super virus?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
He was just really powerful.
Reboot. Watch Reboot. What the fuck are you doing?
So
It's $50 on Amazon.
That's 50 bucks.
Actually, the whole series is $50 on Amazon.
So the episode ends with a couple of things. Masamune giving Hiro Tattle Legacy, which I'm excited for, in 2 weeks.
I also liked that like they all like stand at Emu and they're just like, what did Kiriya say to you? And he's just like, you don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
When do you think?
You don't
we're
want to
gonna
know.
find
What the fuck Kiriya said to me.
No.
You don't want to know. Why?
He went too far.
Just the doors closed.
out?
Too
No.
far.
You don't want to know what Kiriya said to me. You don't want to know. You won't find out till next week.
Angry, I'm so.
You won't find out till next week.
So Kiriya also decides to engage in some plot rain in the spot where he died.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
And like he cracks like a smile too, and I'm like, oh no.
it's really weird.
Like I think that I honestly have to think that was a smile. I'm just like, I've been tricking everybody.
Maybe.
He just has a pure curve.
Hey, Lois, look what I did.
Hey, Emma, look,
Hey, Emma.
I'm tricking everybody.
So next week, apparently Cronus starts challenging ride players himself.
Which, good fucking luck.
Yeah. And even though Muteki Gamer debuts next episode, they decide to pad the episode with something about Laser stealing the Muteki gadget.
No,
And I'm like,
don't you guys?
we know it's debuting. Why are we bothering with this?
Don't you guys get it by now? It's gonna show up at the very end of the episode,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be next week's, like the following episode.
I'm almost willing to put money on it at this
Do
point.
your math.
Um,
Do your homework.
Just because we know it's going to happen doesn't mean we want it to.
Well-
Have you ever heard of denial?
also in
It's a very long river.
Yeah.
no. Also, when Masamune like gave Proto Jet Combat to like Kiriya, he's like, "Here's your reward." For what? What did he do?
He's ghost.
He didn't do anything.
I mean,
He's pulling the ghost. Say, "Here's your power up."
He did-
Okay.
I mean, he did drop one of Dan's lives.
God. Ooh.
Thanks for calling my son. Here you go.
I don't have
no.
another 90 gadgets to give you.
And then while Hiro was like trying to like talk some sense into Saki, even though it's not gonna work, like Masamune comes to talk to it, and he goes up to Masamune. What do I do? Just Saki perfectly at the right time. Just become the best doctor in the world.
Shut up, Saki!
Shut the fuck up, nut Saki!
No, it's like, what's? Oh, by the way,
Give me some cake!
Oh, by the way, what did you do with Saki, Hiro? Just in the same room, just a blanket over it. become the best doctor in the world. We're the best doctor in the world. Like Pearl. Like Pearl.
Do you want to
God.
engage in combat?
I hate that smile. It's so creepy.
Yeah, and especially when her face like glitches and shuffles.
Yeah. So
Can we talk about space now?
sure, Yosharaki.
So before we get into the episode, I'll update our Yosha Lucky counter.
Oh boy.
There were 8 uses in this episode.
Fuck.
I can't believe we're still keeping track of that.
Oh, I know, I'm pretty diligent.
And
with
holy
this.
shit, we're already on episode 18?
And then there were also 3 in the Zyuohger Ninninger movie, which I'm choosing to include,
What?
which bring our count up to 211.
When did we get up to episode 18?
You
Last
fired
week.
helium?
Last week.
What?
Oh, can I talk about what I thought about the sun and moon forms?
Sure.
They're completely fucking pointless.
Agreed. All they do is power
They're
up the others.
cool.
No, they're not,
Yes,
Lane.
they are.
Did they affect him in battle? No.
You don't know that.
Oh, it should have just been his suit glows. That's it. That's all it should have been.
You mean like the metallic Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Still can't believe that it's a fucking hourglass. It blew my mind.
Because time.
Anyway, the shadow line monster from last week was also cool.
Psycho.
Shadows.
Yeah.
My name is Shadows. Oh, 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 oh.
My
Is
computer
that
runs.
Jabba the Hutt?
My computer
No.
runs on. My computer runs on Shidos.
But yeah, I'm very excited about this week's episode of Kyuranger because it's a Dekaranger Gavan crossover
Gavan!
featuring Kyurangers. But it did,
Okay.
upset me a bit.
First off, confirmation. Kyuranger is in its own separate universe,
Lane,
which makes
the
sense.
Lane,
What?
every Sentai is in their own universe.
Explain
all the-
Gokaiger.
All the Versus movies.
Explain Gokaiger.
Gokai, all in the same universe. That season of Gokaiger where they're all together.
Sure.
What?
What?
Basically, in Gokaiger is its own separate universe where all 35 teams got together.
Oh.
Or were there no Versus movies before Gokaiger?
First
Yeah, there were.
crossover was Go Ranger versus Jacka.
So then they are in the same universe.
No, they're not. It's depicted that every year each Sentai is set in its own world. The crossover movies is just, let's all be honest here, a cash grab.
But do we have confirmation that they're not
Yes.
canon?
But the
Every single one.
Every single season is set in its own realm.
But then what about the O-Ranger Car-Ranger movie where they're literally fighting each other over who's more worthy to save the planet?
That's Lane. O-Ranger is set in 1999. Car Ranger is set in 1995.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's-
Anyways.
Car Ranger versus O-Ranger is its own O-Ranger team from the Car Ranger universe.
Alright. Sweet.
Sentai weird.
That is
Do
weird.
your fucking homework.
No!
Oh. This is why we like you
Beginning,
being on the show,
middle,
Gar.
End.
Yeah, so for some bullshit black hole Deus Ex Machina bullshit.
We don't have time to explain why, but
Monaco
Monaco
got the Q-Tama.
and
What
is
the fuck
flying
did that
away
happen?
in a ship that no one knew she had.
All I was happy
That's
was
shaped like a hooker boot.
all I was happy about was that my boys Garu, Lucky, and Rompo were all together.
Sorry, before we talk about the actual episode, back to the fact that Kyuranger is an alternate reality. So, this confirms that no, the Zyuohgers did not fuck up in protecting
So
the
no
planet.
hashtag good job, Zyuohgers.
I'm kind of sad because I liked hating on them for that.
Yeah.
Have one job too.
And this is actually well timed for us to talk about the Zyuohger Ninninger movie.
No.
Because that movie is about ending the history of Super Sentai.
No, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But it really makes that. We'll talk about it when we get into it.
But
But
yeah.
there's more reason why the fact that it's a different reality
More
is
or less-
causing some problems.
More or less, this episode is meant to promote the Uchu Gavan versus Tokusatsu Sentai Gavan Space.
Tokuzo Sentai Gavan,
Tokusatsu Sentai Dekaranger, I meant.
Space Squad.
Yeah, Space Squad.
Yes.
In which it's basically all the space metal heroes and, Sentai's teaming up together.
Space Maze.
Space
So in which we got Gavan back. Gavan Type G to be exact.
Yeah, not Kenji Oba.
Not Ken, sadly. We got Bon, aka Dekaren or Dekared.
Fire Squad.
He's captain of the Fire Squad now.
Cool.
We got Senshan, who is Deka Green.
Senshan.
Yumiko, aka Deka Pink. And Doggy Kiriya, aka Deka
They
Master.
They had the funniest fucking scene.
No.
They did exactly what we all wanted them to do with
Not
Doggy
me.
and Garu.
Not me.
Oh, we didn't get our
We didn't
Deca
get-
Master Ryu Commander team
Oh.
up.
That would have been badass. Both holding their like. Sholapo has like his freaking Swader
Yeah,
out.
and he uses the,
in like
the
gun
sword
form.
Vega.
And Kruger just has his sword, still shooting bullets, and should have been like, how are you shooting bullets from a sword? This universe is weird. Also, I wouldn't expect a Sentai to talk about Visa.
Yeah.
Well, Dekaranger was all about illegal aliens.
Yeah, keeping the peace
Yeah.
with alienizers.
Literally illegal aliens.
Yes, one that's a human, a werehog, and Shenron.
Yep, he's fucking
They're
Shenron.
totally aliens.
Werewolf.
Werehog. I'm making my Sonic Unleashed reference.
Okay.
I will whip this garnet pillow at you.
But literally, like, they're chasing Monaco through space, and they just see a black hole and decide, fuck it, everyone goes in.
Whee!
And then the other edge of space just shatters like glass.
Okay.
Okay.
And then immediately we hear the Dekaranger sirens, and I was almost actually triggered.
In which I
Because I
watched.
fucking hate that
I
sound!
love that sound.
In which I watched the TV Nihon sub, so got to see those classic Dekaranger subs.
The fonts.
No, and the sound effects that like came from Bonbon's magnums, like they were literally like
second
ripped
I-
from the original show.
Yeah, like the second I heard them,
They
I
can't
was
be
like,
ripped when it's from the company.
No,
that
but-
makes sense.
it sounds like they were like bit crushed, but the problem is that's how the sounds actually were in the show.
Mm.
So you hear them for the first time before Bonbon's even on screen,
We
and
all-
I'm like, why did I just hear something that sounds like it was fucking bit crushed?
We also
and then
got stock
Deca-
footage
and then
from
Dekaranger,
Dekaranger.
and then Dekared shows up with his guns in hand, and I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense. It's the sound from Dekaranger.
No, it's like he shows up. It's like, oh, me and my other team members are trying to keep the port open. You can clearly tell it's like SD stock footage
Yeah,
from Dekaranger.
except
Yeah.
then Ryu Teo wields the Dekawing cannon, which
That
is
was
pretty
pretty
fucking
cool.
awesome.
I freaking love Deca. Like, I love the Deca Wing. It's so rad.
The Dekawing?
Deca Wing. Deca Wing Robo.
Yep.
So, Geki, being apparently the idiot that he is, like believes Monaco's like bullshit story.
He
And
may be the successor to Gavan,
He's not a smart one.
but he's not that bright.
Here's the thing.
Even though being Gavan for like 6 years now.
Here's the thing. She's from a different universe. They have no record of her. He has no way to know if she's lying.
Apparently, they also don't have records of Q-Tamas.
Well, it's a different universe.
Yeah,
they
it's a
don't
different-
exist.
Yeah, it's a different universe.
Also, it
We
was
need
just
Zeno-sama here.
great seeing just Lucky and Naga team up together.
Because Deca Red and Gavan.
So,
Red
like-
and Silver.
So like we had my favorite character
I
in
have silver
Ichi's
too, but not as shiny.
like I had my favorite character and Ichi's favorite character from Kyuranger teaming up, and I was like,
Yay.
yay!
I just noticed that both me and Emily are wearing gray.
Cool.
That's great.
It's one of my favorite color
Right on.
shades. Woo.
But
Yeah, Gavan's Type G new outfit is shiny.
It is, well, yeah.
It is just, and yes, it is different because his original Type G was blue outlines, but this one was black.
Okay.
So
I did not notice.
I did notice because I'm a guy that just doesn't have.
Ed, I'm shocked. Literally shocked that they didn't do the whole like, oh, this guy's some action. See how he did transform his armor? He summons in a fraction of a second.
He's referring to the explanation of the Gavan Henshin.
Because they do it.
You know
every
what?
single time
They'll-
he shows up.
Didn't.
They'll do it
No,
in the
they
movie.
didn't.
They'll do it in the movie.
They'll do it in the movie.
Better do it.
They'll do it in the movie. They'll do it with the Deca Metal that they do with Dekaranger every single fucking time. God, that's the one thing with Dekaranger I fucking hate.
What? Oh, the
They explain
narrator.
the Deca Metal every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
I feel like that was inspired by Gavan.
Also, did anybody else notice? What Keiji or what Geki said at the beginning of the episode?
What?
I'll wipe away your tears. I am good kid. It's a reference to the theme song.
Yeah. No, I got that.
It's like, I'm like, fuck.
That's another thing I have not watched Dekaranger. I want to though. It looks really good.
It was cute too, like seeing Garo and all of them, like watching all these people having fun in the amusement park. And he's like, look, it's peaceful. Everyone's happy. There's no dark matter here.
Fuck it, let's just move here.
Yeah.
Fuck are you?
No, but you know what? It's
No, guys, get your asses over here. This place is fun.
No,
they got roller coasters.
No, but you know what?
No.
It's great that none of them actually ever thought about like staying on in
in
this
there,
universe
yeah.
because they knew that no,
We can't make
we're
this
the
a
only ones who
two-parter.
can
They're
defend
They're
the
the
galaxy
saviors.
from dark matter. We're the saviors. We have to save
Oh,
our
you know,
galaxy.
except for like Rebellion HQ, in which I need to, question something about that. Where the hell is the Rebellion
We'll
HQ?
get to see it eventually.
Because
It's like-
it's gotta be close.
No, see, it's like
Because if Stinger and Champ can make it there in like a week's time.
think about it like this. I like to think that it's like the Rebel fleet, where they're just constantly on the move, and like they always change their location so that the Empire can't find them. So I think the Rebellion HQ is like a giant ship, and it's just moving constantly.
But yeah, about them being the saviors, I thought it was a really nice touch to bring up the fact that police do not exist in the Kyuranger reality.
No, because just all this galaxy is known for a long time is just dark matter.
And the closest thing to that is the saviors.
Yep.
But yeah, so we get to see Garu and Doggy Kruger interact, and everyone decides to be super fucking racist.
No, he's like, oh, Aniki, I found you, and then Rampo's just like, it's like, oh, thank you so much for like laying your little brother to us. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you've been taking care of my little brother for me. Wait, don't drag me into this.
Yeah.
Like, everyone gets caught up in this stupid racist assumption, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, Kruger's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm so glad that they did that, though.
No, it was hilarious and totally needed.
Nonsense.
And then just, yeah, Rampo and just Kruger are looking at each other, and I'm just like, hey, it's both Mentor Rangers. It's cute.
I saw a nice piece of fan art of Kruger and Ronpo with their clothes switched.
Oh, I need to see
Oh, I
this.
saw that on Facebook.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I wanted to share it, but you cannot never share anything from that group.
Well, you can just, like, copy the image and paste it into the chat.
You're not supposed to do that.
Well, when they set the group sharing to private, you have no option.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I just love the notes I made here. Confirmation, Kyuranger is an alternate reality. You get off this time, Zyuohgers.
Get off my plane. No, get off my plane of existence.
Oh!
Oh!
That was good.
I need to wait 1 second. I need to put
If you're summoning an air horn,
yeah. 1 second.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. We haven't done that joke in Ultra Range yet,
Why don't I have that sound just at ready all
I'm
the time?
genuinely
sorry.
surprised.
I'm sorry it took so long.
right? No, because I do a plane, plane.
Yeah, I mean, I just do it myself, so that's enough. More
You
than
are
enough.
an air horn.
But yeah, we got the Kyuranger opening, Dekaranger opening, and then the Gavan opening. But sadly, it's not the 1982 opening. It's the
The new one,
Hey, Gar.
which I think is awesome.
Garrett, there's some for
fuck off.
How the bloody fuck did Monaco steal Dolgiran? Like, is Shelly just
Don't
not
know,
there?
and we'll never know
Like,
because
it's
they
like-
just literally started the fucking episode with just, oh, she stole it. Okay.
This
No,
was-
not the Rashinman Q-Town. Like,
Oh.
when they're...
Oh, Gavan's ship.
Yeah, she
I know,
steals Dolgiran.
because Geki's an idiot and Shelly's not there.
No.
She's busy playing Sora in Digimon Tri.
Shut it!
She's too busy practicing her kanji. Shikenji.
Oh, I got it.
Or, this was meant to be a two-parter, but we couldn't get all the cast members back, so we have
Yeah.
to do a
This
Clash of the
should
Red
have been a
Rangers thing.
two-parter. That would have been great. No.
Because of golf. So we'll
Golf!
be like, here's part 1, break. Here's part 2. Hopefully you remember part 1. Nope.
I just love this one scene where Lucky pushes Geki out of the way of, like, one shot from Monaco. Clearly, the writing has chosen to ignore the fact that Geki could henshin into Gavan in a microsecond.
Yeah, like, you
I-
didn't need to do that.
I'm kind of sad that Geki, when he first transformed, like, oh, he's gonna do the stance, and he's right. Oh, and then like he does it again with like Bon Lucky and Naga, and he's like crouching. It's like, dude, just don't do that. You look weird.
So yeah, because there's 4.
Naga like mentions to Geki and Lucky that they make a good combi.
Yeah.
What's with the fun?
He's like Psycho no combi da.
I was counting Yosha Luckies.
Dude, they actually say that actually makes more sense than our abbreviation of combo because it's combination, not combonation.
And then they actually argue with each other. They're like, "Don't fucking call us that." Wait, yeah, we are a good combi. Never mind.
I just love how like he tries to interrupt their fighting and then takes a Power Ranger movie style double punch to both sides of his face.
And then my favorite scene happened.
Double whammy.
You're on.
And then my favorite scene happened. Just like Geki turns his ship into like the dragon form, and then just Ryu Voyager comes up beside him, and then Lucky decides, "Fuck it, I'll jump onto Ryu Voyager and just ride that, just like Gavan." And it's just fucking awesome. And like you see, like I forgot who it was. It was Bonbon or someone. It's just
Yeah,
like
it was
it's
Bonbon.
like, does he need to do that? Like,
Yes.
Lucky is surfing Ryu, surfing Voyager,
No.
surfing USA.
Beach Boys.
Really old song.
Beach Boys.
I'm 20, Ichi. You think I'm gonna get that reference?
Yeah,
Not
you
for
missed
you.
her all of watch fucking
didn't-
MASH and shows from the 1960s and 70s.
I didn't say that for you, but yeah, I just love that because we've got 4 heroes here, the 2 reds and the 2 silvers. Monoko decides to summon her Pokemon that she was totally carrying with her the entire time.
Yeah,
Death Worm, I
random-
choose you!
Random
Another one of
death worm.
those guys.
Yeah, I'm a death worm. That's a Shmoyoho joke.
But yeah, they defeat the Death Worm. They leave
with
the
literally
universe.
the power of Double Dragon.
It was cool.
Oh my god, it was Bimmy and Jimmy.
And he,
Vivi and Jimmy.
I'm sorry.
Bibby,
Lucky and Fucky.
Geki and Lucky.
No, and the best part is,
Geki and Reki.
and just the best part, the icing on the cake was
Get
just
wrecky.
while Gavan and Lucky are flying, like working together, just the beautiful Gavan theme song
Yeah.
is playing in the background.
Love
and
it.
just,
Shit.
Mwah.
You can't make a relationship shipping couple with their
Can you
name.
say a get Reki again?
Get wrecky.
Get Reki.
Just think of it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, Geki.
I'm sorry. I just wanted
That's
to do
great.
Lucky. Fuck, it doesn't really work.
You're so lucky.
Like shipping names. It's like Kendra and Kenny. Kenny.
Gucky?
Kendra. Fuck.
Gucky.
Can't do it.
Gucky.
Gucky? Yeah, I like Gucky.
Ducky?
No, you know
Like from Land Before
no,
Time?
No, you know what we do? Because it's Shishi Red and
Isn't she
Gavan, we
murdered
call
by
it
a
Shivan. There you go.
Wait,
Uchuu.
I wasn't paying attention.
Because it's Shishi Red and Gavan, you call it Shivan.
Siobhan.
That
Yeah.
sounds like another Uchu.
Shivan!
Time to
Uchu Sentai Shivan!
suffocate Ichi.
No, not with my own garnet pillow.
Why? It'll be a wombo combo.
Ah,
See?
gross.
Now it's a
No.
wombo combo.
Anyways, yeah, so they defeat Monoko. Don't know if she's coming back or not.
Dad, it wasn't there.
I
Do you
mean-
think think she's dead?
I mean, like, even if she respawns, she's still trapped in that reality.
That's true!
Or
And
is
you know
she?
what? Which means
Or is
Emily
she?
will probably agree with me on this. We won't see what personality would have been beyond the generic 3 personalities that we get for female Toku villain.
Because there aren't any. They can't write women. Is that apparent yet?
Loud noises!
They can write good guy women. They just can't write.
Good guy women?
No, you know what I mean.
Good guy women.
They can write
No,
good guy.
guys, we
They
can.
can't write villain women.
Yeah.
Which is
Villainous
why
is-
metal
to
band
To
name.
quote Samusens, that's sexist.
Yes, yes it is.
That's racist.
It's almost like how reluctant they are to make female riders.
You never take Mater to any of your races. That's racist. Ding.
Wow.
Alright.
Did anyone else notice that there's a purple outline around the Orion? Because I did not notice until this week, if
Yeah.
it has been there
Purple
before.
aura?
Yeah, I
No,
know.
around the edge of the Orion where the Zord docks are, there's a purple line around it. I did not... If that was there
Shield.
before this week...
Force field.
It's not a force field, it's like an actual line of paint along.
Where's the episode? When are we gonna get the episode where it's just gonna be Balance Raptor and Spada just chilling at the Orion?
Side special.
Just the Blu-ray.
Hyper
special
Battle
edition?
Side video Telebikun special, whatever.
10 bin gold V cinema.
Also, Also, yeah, Naga's smile is starting to get less creepy because he's getting better at it. So
Or
that's
maybe
cool.
we're just becoming less traumatized.
Or
And-
maybe we just dropped that plot.
Apparently, Stinger decides, fuck it, I'm not a Kyuranger anymore, goes up to being back his longer badass
it's not
self.
that he stopped being a Kyuranger.
He took off the blaster, though.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm gonna defeat my brother my own way. I don't want
I'll do it my way!
Okay.
Thank you, Frank.
Thanks,
Sinatra.
Kingsman
But
2
think-
trailer.
but think of it this
Thanks,
way.
crap, what's his name? Simon Cowell in the Shrek 2 special feature.
Thanks, voice actor of Uchuu from season 5.
Oh, wow.
Extra thick! Extra
But think of it. He'll be like, if he wears that, Stinger will
No one
always
will,
be...
no one will know it's
Well,
him.
no, Stinger will remember. It's like, because of this, I got my friend killed almost. So I'm going to do it my own way. That way none of my other friends can get killed.
I just love to see Kotaro just like finds a Seize Blaster. Fuck yeah, now I can be Sasori.
Now I can do
No, just Jiro comes out of hiding. You can be the Orange Ranger now. Fuck yeah!
Just Jiro comes up to
This
them.
little kid.
Guys, I'm the new Sasori Orange. Isn't that great or what?
Just a little
Raptor?
chibi
No,
Sasori
no,
Orange.
No, just Raptor. Yeah? Set a course to the sun.
I don't want to live in this galaxy anymore.
No, it's like, hey, where's my little brother?
I would love if just Stinger dies.
Just Phoenix catches him.
If Stinger dies
Good
in
night.
Kyuranger and then just Jiro takes over as Sasori Orange, we have a little.
They've
Sasori
still not
Orange.
said where the fuck Jiro is.
Told you he's chilling watching Netflix.
He's watching
There's
Power
a lot of
Rangers.
shows he can marathon on Netflix, so he's just watching them all.
He's watching Power Rangers RPM.
He's watching all of Riverdale as much as the show's been out. He's
Apparently
watching all
my
of Game of Thrones.
Actually,
if
what?
that's or no, it's not on. He's
Okay.
watching all Star Trek.
Apparently my sister actually is watching Riverdale and she's shipping Jughead and Veronica.
No,
Why?
Jughead and Betty.
Oh, is it
It was
Betty?
Jughead and
Yeah,
Betty.
oh yeah, I saw her post. It was Jughead and Betty, and I'm
Jughead
like,
and Betty.
how far in are you?
But, yeah, that's it for this week for Castranger.
No, it's not.
Yeah, those.
No, it's
no.
not.
We have a movie also.
Yeah,
No,
we
we
got a
don't.
movie.
Except it's also
Gee, if only a certain Northcaster could be here to talk about this movie with us. Oh well.
Wait, I know how to summon him. Featured topic. Oh, great and powerful Northcaster, please bless us with your presence so that we might have a larf.
Please?
Come to us!
Without you, Zyuohger will not be the same.
Cell is cool.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, hey.
Oh, wow. We actually weren't expecting you.
I didn't know you were here.
What the fuck?
That was quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just in the neighborhood.
Cool.
How you guys doing?
Good.
What's up? You summoned me?
Did you guys say Zyuohger?
Yeah, we had a pentagram.
I
And
like
then-
that sentence, sorta.
We didn't even have to use the pentagram.
I know. How's it going?
Arise, Northcaster. Caster, arise.
Here.
What are you?
He technically did arise since he came up some stairs.
That is very true.
He's real as 3D Lee.
That's an old reference.
I was like, I don't know.
It's like 5
This
years old.
doesn't work since I like opened the door earlier during the Ex-Aid discussion and like yelled at you
It
downstairs.
really doesn't, no.
Fuck! Shit. Yeah, so we're here to talk about the Zyuohger versus Ninninger movie, and Gar loved it.
Gar?
He loved this movie so much.
He's off to watch it again!
He's off to go watch it again. He
Like-
loved it so
you
much.
liked it as much as Ninja Steel.
He accepted the message from the future Super Sentai.
Gar, what were your thoughts on the movie?
I don't know, Lane. What were your thoughts on the movie?
Okay. Well, Gar, let me answer this question for me.
Answer me
What
these
is
questions
worse, Zyuohger versus Ninninger, or the Ninninger V Cinema?
Ooh.
I didn't see the Beast in an interview cinema. I saw the Zyuohger one, which is the origin of Kukan Circus.
I didn't even
That
say
wasn't
it.
that wasn't the V Cinema. That was just the Zyuohger summer movie.
Oh yeah, that was the summer movie. There was no.
I think they're on par.
There is a Zyuohger V Cinema, but
They're
it's not
equal?
out
Yeah, they're equal.
I don't think so, because I enjoyed the V Cinema very much.
Well, Lane,
yet. Very much.
I'm not gonna say why,
Okay.
but you know why.
Why?
Okay, we fucking ruined that joke now.
Very
Yep.
much so.
We took it too far.
God damn it!
So would you say now we should?
Nope.
Have
I fucking hate you, E.T. Hope you fucking die in the beginning!
I'm in pain, he's hitting me.
Okay.
Ninja Steve.
So, honestly, this
I'm
movie does start off badass with the Toei logo
No.
with the
Why does that
Zyuohger.
say Ninninger?
What?
Wait, did you just
Where?
say what I think it says?
That's a typo!
Oh no!
I'm sorry, where did it say that?
That's a typo!
No, you have to leave that in for the Patreon notes.
Oh!
You do.
The Niningers!
Oh, Anthony,
That was totally an accident!
I didn't mean it!
My nigga.
I just noticed it was there. And
I don't know if we have to censor that or not.
You're the one who said that. I just said what it says there, which is.
We are trying to say what you think we're saying. We're honestly not. That was
Did-
so
we're
not
honestly?
error.
Did you
Honestly?
Did
Yeah.
you say meet me or beat me? You know what I said.
First one, then the other.
Yeah.
So, you know what was great about this movie right from the
Nigger is
start?
not a racial slur.
Oh
And
no!
that's not what it says.
Spooks,
It's
moolies, jigaboos, nignogs, these are racial slurs.
it's Ninninger.
That's what I
Slow
said.
down, right?
Yeah.
Anyways!
I'm sorry.
You know what was great about how
I
this
feel like
movie
we were,
started?
We were possessed by Dave, apparently.
Oh no!
You know what was great at the start of this movie? Everyone died!
Yay!
In a horribly thick and mystifying red paint filter.
At a gym. At a gym.
How do people get gyms?
You stupid bit. Stop it, bit.
He killed the original Bluecaster! So, if you watch this movie for the second time, you'll notice that the next shot is the pollen spreading.
No, I watched this movie 3 times.
We did. We have, in fact, watched it
3
times.
Can we
times.
talk about how freaking cute Run is?
That was Run. That was the point.
Spoilers fill into the movie.
I don't know, but like cute in a.
Okay, so you actually predicted that Run would not only turn out to be the villain, but that its head would bloom.
I watch Pretty Cure.
There you go.
Things that look like flower buds bloom. They
Yeah.
always
Okay,
do.
so
We saw Biolante.
the quick, long story
I really
short
like
plot of
Violet.
this movie is this
Sorry, I had to say
Run
it.
monster like tricked the Niningers into thinking that the
Violent stuff,
Zyuohgers
Are
were responsible for the death of her race or whatever,
And
and
that
so
they're yokai.
and so that they were yokai. So she sent them to destroy the Zyuohgers.
Don't assume Run's gender, you clod.
I don't know.
We don't know actually.
Okay,
what
it's a
Run
guy.
Technically, when Run like digivolves, Gyurumada sounds like a male.
There was something I liked that Run did though. Like he was talking about like the flashback of like the slaughter of his people, and then just like they did some cool like animated crying, and I liked that.
That was
Also,
awful.
pushing up classes that don't exist.
Yeah, that.
In either form.
Yeah.
Evil.
I can't believe you guys are actually enjoying this
Okay.
piece of shit film.
I didn't say I fully enjoyed it. There are some
We're
stuff
enjoying
in the
it
movie.
ironically.
Yeah.
There's
it
some
was-
stuff in
it
the
was
movie that
dumb, but it was
I am full on
fun.
agreement with you on, Garb, but
You know what?
there are still some cool things.
You know what shocked me?
Hmm?
During that scene when Run tells the story of the Zyuohgers killing their race, like when they start actually killing them in the quote unquote
blood.
flashback, it was bloody.
It was
Yeah.
black blood, so I guess it was okay.
And
I guess.
it reminded me of all the happy magic fairy kingdoms in all the Precure seasons.
It reminds me of Frieza's Hell.
Yeah.
With all
But that should have
in,
been.
in Dragon Ball, Frieza's Hell is filled with fairies and stuffed animals that play like cheery music.
And he's
he's
stuck to a
like,
Sounds like my
I
hell.
need to look that up.
yeah.
But that's how we should have known they were evil, because they had black blood. But wait, that doesn't make any sense. 'Cause
That
that
doesn't-
story is made
That
up.
doesn't mean they're evil. They're sent.
Wait a minute. If that was a story that was being told, and keep in mind that story was fake,
Yeah.
that means that Run had to add the fact with the blood and the fact that it was black. Otherwise, they're
Yeah.
just assuming they have black. Like
Did
what
you just
was
assume my blood type?
Oh, B negative.
Oh, be negative.
all the time.
So the movie opens with the Zyuohgers camping because I guess what the fuck else are they gonna do?
You see the Zyuohgers in their natural habitat.
It took a lot of like manual focus on my part to remember that this takes place during the run of Zyuohger.
Yeah, it's like
That's like all these movies, though, isn't it?
because of how late we see them. Yeah.
It's like, oh, Zyuohgers are having fun and stuff. Wait, what's the name of this movie again? Versus Ninja. Oh, shit.
no.
And then the movie makes its first crucial mistake within the first 2 minutes.
Fuck
Takaharu is hiding like a ninja. Bullshit!
But they're the ninjas that don't hide.
Exactly! This movie does not understand. Now, make no mistake, I'm not here to defend Takaharu as a character. I'm not accusing him of being well written in any capacity. What I don't like is the inconsistency. Takaharu does not hide. He steps right out front and stabs you in the fucking face.
Hey, you! Are you the kid from Pallet Town? Yeah, that's me. I'm here for a battle. Okay. Pretty much.
That's why I really love that Grumps joke where Dan was talking about hanging out with Nate wants to battle, and he's like, "Oh, I ran into Nate. Did he want to? I ran into Nate wants to battle. Oh, did the music start up?"
Just that broke him so much.
I need something to hit.
But yeah,
You
so
can hit me.
Misa.
Oh God, no!
No.
Sadomasochist.
No,
over
that's
here.
not what I meant. It was more like I just exist.
Emily.
We all exist.
Moving along,
I'm-
Misau's walking down a very wide bridge with his food. From Emily to Toku Emily.
Speaking of Emily,
Except he's actually cool. I really
Mis-
like
You're
him.
cooler than me, Sal.
No, that is not true.
That
He
is
sounds
100%
freaking awesome.
Like,
Yeah,
first off,
100% true.
you're real. Second,
they're both real.
he's a fictional character.
Misao
if you really
doesn't.
think
Also,
about it.
Fictional
Misao doesn't
characters
draw
are-
awesome
fictional characters
doodles.
are real, just in another universe.
And third, we're all being voiced over by Frank Welker right now.
Yeah, as we're talking, Frank Welker is voicing us. That's how great
I
it is.
maintain
I
that.
wish
and
that
this-
would be so cool.
I maintain that my voice actor, if they ever made the Radio Sentai Castranger cartoon, would be Maurice LaMarche.
I second that 100%.
I thought we were gonna voice ourselves.
No, and I will have myself will be voiced and played by the most annoying person on the planet,
Gar?
Pauly Shore.
Close second.
No, Pauly Shore.
Like, you know who would voice
Pauly
you?
Shore.
Like, you know who would voice you?
Huh?
I can't remember his name, but oh my god, what he was in the Weekenders, the main kid.
Tino?
Yeah, what's that voice actor's name?
I don't know his voice,
You know,
but I
you
know
know which voice I'm
Yeah.
talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Hey guys,
That guy.
Tino
Lane
here.
I'm looking that up quickly.
Okay.
Keep going.
I know who my voice actor would be.
Who?
It would be Andrew Francis, done specifically in the voice style of the Landau from Escaflowne.
See, guys, this is such a better conversation than this movie.
The man has a point.
I would be mute in order for everyone to be better watching this.
Let's see, who would be voicing Emily?
No.
So, anyways,
I would want Steve Buscemi.
To voice Emily?
That would be awesome. I
That
don't
would be
deserve that.
amazing.
No, it's me.
Yo, I'm like one little spark of courage or something. I don't know.
Christopher Walken.
Jason Marsden.
Okay.
That's your voice.
Oh,
actor.
Jason
I
Marsden.
like-
Yeah.
Ultraman.
he's what I say. Anyways, so this movie has the soldiers camping. Leo is just doing random backflips
We're
up and
still
down
talking
the
about the
campsite.
beginning of this fucking
Yep.
movie. Get
Meanwhile,
to a better scene.
meanwhile,
Oh wait,
Sella
they don't exist.
shut up. Sella is like swimming, fully clothed for some reason,
Because
and
they didn't have a suit underneath.
and like chewing up the frame rate like it's yesterday's leftovers.
This movie fucking
Oh.
sucks.
So then the Zyuohgers get assaulted by stupid-looking toy shurikens.
This movie fucking sucks.
yes, we
Hey,
know.
we
Move on
get
from
it,
that.
God.
Alright, this movie.
So the
Cowabunga
ninjas show
fuckers.
up and surround them, and Yakumo's blonde now for some reason.
Because the actor, I guess, didn't want to change
Because
his hair.
actors didn't. Because
it's like Kotaro in New Deno. He changed his hair.
it's weird that like with Sentai actors nowadays, they'll go on to do their own thing, but I think they should have a hunch by now, being like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, we'll
I
be
have
back."
a crossover to do
Yeah,
in
but
like
okay,
December."
Here's the thing. I feel like the actor had other stuff he wanted to do. Maybe maybe it was for another role. Maybe he just wanted his hair different. And he's like, okay, even if he did think that like that, this is for 4 days tops that I'm going to be shooting this. I'm not changing my entire
Yeah,
hair.
that is
They,
true.
they couldn't just like give him a wig.
No,
No.
because it will.
That's a pain in the ass to do all that jumping around.
Yeah, Especially when they're...
He changed his hair. Is that really so weird? In the context of the show.
You know what? It's funny that he's
magic?
blonde now because his name Yakumo means cloud, and his nickname was Yakumo Cloud Kato. Now that he's blonde,
even though nobody called him Cloud.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, no one called him that except for his own mother.
Yeah.
Your mother.
Stop
Movie
throwing
fucking sucks!
Stop throwing the pillow.
No.
Stop throwing the pillow.
What I really loved was that when the ninjas started up their Ichibantos to Henshin, like, the sound of the ninja gear actually caused Sella pain. You know, like it does to us.
It slowed down, too.
Oh.
The Henshin was slowed down because of the way they chose to choreograph that the Henshin, where it was.
As someone who's never actually seen a ninja, I thought that their transformation was pretty cool. But
I will say this
said
though.
that that's not usually that long or interesting.
I like when they do the ninja henshin with all 6 of them, and it's just like Aja, Oja, Kija, Shioja, Moja, Star Ninja!
That's literally how fast it's supposed
He
to
did
go.
a Jesus pose.
Yeah, like fucking. Yeah, I just need to talk about that quickly. So yeah, when they did like their movie like final battle roll call. You just see, like, fucking Keiji just do, like, a Jesus pose with his arms stretched out to do the Star Ninja Henshin.
As he's transformed.
As much as I would love to believe that Zack Snyder had a hand in this. Do you know what I think he was actually doing?
What?
Being a showman.
A star.
Yeah, he's being a star.
No, like, literally 5 points.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
A star on
That's true.
top will complete the scenery.
But yeah, no, so yeah, my boy Star Ninja, Kinji Takugawa, is back in this movie, and he did not disappoint me.
I gotta say, though, like, this movie really made him way goofier
That's
than
what
he
I was
ever
gonna
I'm
was.
fine with that.
I was gonna say that. Like, I wonder what the actual reasoning behind that was, though.
Maybe he's just, like, super happy that they don't have yokai to fight anymore.
Maybe he's just happy that they abandoned his super form.
Maybe he's happy that he avenged his family.
Yeah, first off, no Superstar Ninja, no Chosets,
They didn't.
no
need this.
Geki Atsudayo, no Lion How. So
Just like, even though the ninja's
Lion
over.
how?
Lion How, they're giant fortress lions Zord.
Voiced by the artist who did the Gowring.
That's actually might be the reasoning.
And they all might
They
be
didn't want to
asking
have
how.
to pay him too for that brief.
Oh,
cameo.
Yamagata Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's.
But
the
that's
reason.
no excuse for not using Geki Atsudayo, especially since they actually used only 2 of the Zords of that
Maybe.
setup.
And
And that was CG.
Then again, I'm gonna go bring that back up. Those are probably the ones that sold the most. So hey, let's push
Even
them
though
again.
they're in
Together.
the set.
There's a set.
So like all 6 of them.
There you go.
But,
So,
There is a method to the madness.
can I say
Yeah.
how hilarious it was
And this
that...
one's a fucking train wreck.
Okay, Gar, we get it.
Well, the Megazord has train legs.
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much either.
Speaking of Shurikenjin, like, the ninjas decide to break tradition, and, like, the Zyuohgers are trying to get away, so the ninjas decide to bust out Shurikenjin against normal-sized rangers, even though they haven't escalated the
To
threat.
be fair, like I just love that idea that no, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
We are getting this done.
Step on it! Literally!
Enough with these. I've had enough of these motherfucking yokai in our motherfucking city.
Yeah.
I did love that reason. Even Yamato was like, "Oh, you guys do kind of look like yokai. Switch back, switch back."
Yeah.
that was funny.
That was a little.
That was funny.
And then they're like, look, we're human now! And then the ninjas are just like, do you really think we're gonna fucking believe you?
Like we saw you do
We
it.
fought a yokai that was a lawnmower. We don't trust anything.
I wouldn't trust anything either at that point.
Our best friend turned into a werewolf hedgehog thing. We don't believe shit.
I love how self-aware this movie gets. When
That was a big plus.
Shurikenjin UFO busts out, and Yamato is immediately like, what the fuck does a UFO have to do with ninjas?
It would have been great if they brought that up about every other aspect of that thing.
Yeah.
This is dump truck. What? Dump truck.
Yeah.
Is that a dog?
Is there just a dog sitting in that train's leg?
I've always said the dog kind of made sense. Like, oh, it could have been like
Hell.
the symbol of a clan.
Yeah.
When Kinji like was about to transform in front of the humans, they're just like hamburger.
Yep. They were like, what?
And Cell called it, like, after he transforms and does his catchphrase, rush him!
That was great. I didn't even really think they were gonna do that.
And
But,
then-
like as if they were listening to me, where he's just standing there, haha, yeah, but like there's like 5 of them, just rush him, and they actually did. I was like, yay!
Wait, you're a ninja? Oh man.
I just love the reasoning behind that. Oh, what's that? You hate the ninjas? Guess what? I won!
But yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, what they had to do was they had to have a reason for them to capture the Sixth Ranger.
No, I know,
But
but
how would they do that unless they knew who he was? Don't you love screenwriting?
It's almost like the final scene was written first, and then they just wrote themselves out of that corner.
It really, actually, that's a good
And
way of
then-
putting it. It feels like they wrote backwards.
Yamato, being the badass Red Ranger that he is, just decided, you know what? Fuck it, wail. I'm just gonna fucking wail on them.
Yeah.
Wail.
Go whale on them.
Except he, if you noticed, he was purposely aiming at the floor in front of them, not at them, so they could get away.
Yeah.
Because he knew that they were being tricked, and that Rangers aren't supposed to fight Rangers. Yamato had his head on straight this entire movie, and broke the fourth
As
wall.
is tradition.
Yeah, because Yamato is amazing.
Yeah.
Yamato is by far the most likable character in this film.
Yeah, Yamato looked at the script being like,
This is fucking stupid.
this is gonna be the longest 4 days of my life.
And so then Igasaki Yoshiharu shows up, which is...
Get it? Because Takaharu and Yoshitaka.
Oh
Okay,
my
there we go.
Yoshiharu.
God.
Car's disappearing.
Car's disappearing.
Attaboy.
He actually really doesn't fucking like this movie.
Oh my God.
Is the
who
next one?
cares?
Is the next Aka Ninja gonna be called Takayoshi?
Yes.
Or Taka? Or there's another combination of those words. I know it.
So,
It's there.
like, we're all wondering, I'm like, wait a minute, if he's from the future, how the fuck did he get here? Time warp jutsu!
That really felt so much like they're like, oh wait, shit, how does he get back?
There is no such ninja technique for time travel.
Lame.
Not even Naruto did that shit.
But he did a sexy jutsu.
That's true.
That's fine. That's Naruto's character.
Can I just say that it took me to the third viewing of this film for me to notice that when he does the time warp jutsu, he fucking jumps and spins, and my brain, I just went, now I'm a Beyblade.
Yay!
And speaking of Yoshiharu, can we just talk about the fact that his entire motivation throughout this entire film is not, I want to save my dad, I want to save the ninjas, I want to save Super Sentai history, I want to preserve the legacy,
No.
I want to save the earth. None of that. I want to be a ninja.
Pokemon.
Shuriken Sentai,
Was
on
he-
my way.
Come to think of it, was he superfluous to the plot?
I mean,
Like, let's think about this. Because he wasn't the one... If he had been the one who convinced the teams, oh, no, you're not each other's enemy, you're friends, that could make sense. Did he do anything to actually push the plot forward?
You know
Told
what?
them they were gonna die.
You know what? Now that I think about it, you are correct. He did not change the future. The one who undid the mistrust was Misao with his fucking butt letters!
We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, that's
Oh
what I'm
God,
saying.
no, not
Did he?
that.
And yes, he did have the shuriken at the end. Okay, did we really need to cast a child for this and work on those hours?
It's like, oh, it's so we can have 3 generations of Aka Ninja. Or you could Deus Ex Machina and have Grandpa revive, because
Yeah.
no one would give a shit. They
Yeah.
just want to see him.
You know what? I could honestly believe that was the original intention, but maybe the actor just doesn't want to do it because he's an old guy, right?
Yeah.
So then,
I can believe that was the reason.
So then, like the
Plus,
other,
plus, I think 4 Aka Ninjas on screen would be way
No,
too
no,
much.
no. Screw the kid. Grandpa, like, I came from the nether realm when I brought
Yeah.
this.
I come from the net. It's the
no.
second reboot reference. to
So then, like, we cut to, like, Mario, and he's, like, in a frog costume, and, like...
that. AKA Zyuohuman, the best Zyuohger.
Yeah, just...
Oh my
being-
god, I'm sorry guys, I just found something out.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you know who voiced freaking Run Run?
Who?
Cure Custard.
Sorry?
Cure Custard did.
From Precure.
From...
Yes.
Oh, okay. There you go. So then, like, Nagi and...
That's why he sounded so familiar.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So
sorry,
then Nagi and Fuka, they, like, try to, like, you know...
Sorry.
They're like, oh, who's Mario? What's this guy's deal? Does he work with the Zyuohgers? Mario, just being the fucking awesome guy that he is, just, like, notices something goes on, throws, like, 2 tools at where they're hiding, and they fuck off, and I'm just thinking, like...
Mario's the best
what,
ninja.
What if Mario is just, like, Yoshitaka's, like, younger brother or something? It's just like, oh, yeah, you know what? You guys remind me of my little brother's grandkids. You know,
We're bringing a whole another level of incest into this. Like, I'd rather not.
We even see at the end that like, who was it? Was it
Leo?
Leo was trying to like ask Kasumi out on a date, and Yakumo's just
No,
like,
he wasn't.
No.
He was assaulting her.
No, and then Yakumo's like, no, let's go together, and then
No. Yakumo just told Leo to fuck off.
No, but then like Yakumo's kind of like, oh, you okay, Kasumi? And she's like, yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm just like, no, we're not bringing this whole like shipping crushing thing again.
Stop it!
We're
Stop
doing
it! I say.
We're doing it.
It's not cool.
It's not easy.
And then, god damn it, yeah, and he gets like fucking. Who's he get to say? Tusk. He gets like Tusk to say easy a bunch of times.
Like,
I'm like, no.
He like enthralls Tusk with his magic tricks.
Yeah, turns into fucking Maru.
I get why, but
No,
fuck
that,
you.
That's too easy of a racist joke.
Too easy.
And then like they capture Misao, and then like they're like, wait, you're not a Super Sentai. And he's like, you're right, I'm not a Super Sentai. I don't even have a champion symbol, so I can't be a Zyuohger.
I can't underestimate how much I love this guy's
Honestly,
lack of confidence.
Honestly, I feel him. I still feel that way about being a core cast.
Yeah, but then
we
he
know.
had that one episode where he just redeemed himself and just went on a fucking rampage and kicked everyone's ass.
I just have to say that I really like the fact that Misao's lack of confidence and the stupidity that is the setup of this plot meshed together to such perfection that we got that scene of them going, "You're not real Super Sentai." You're right.
Wait,
I'm not.
You know what? Just because maybe just because they needed to like a scene where it wasn't like the usual. You're not a Super Sentai. Yes, I am. I've earned this. We needed a guy who just went, "Oh, you're right. I'm scum.
We're not worthy.
We are worms."
And then we and then we cut to like the humans. They're like together, and then they're like, "Oh, what's a ninja?" And then just Kinji just like jumps out of nowhere, and then just comes down. You just hear the yeah.
I guess they found a use for that one sound on the Star Ninja Shuriken that was never used before.
Yeah, and then he's just like he's going off on them about like ninjas and like, oh, they're the heroes of justice. So
Which is technically not
No.
true if you know the traditional definition of ninjas.
No, but you know what? They would be heroes of justice in Kinji's eyes because he fucking worships ninjas.
And let me just
By
say,
by that logic, you could say the same thing about Nazis.
no.
Yeah, I'm sure some really racist people thought Nazis were heroes of justice.
that's how neo-Nazis
Yeah,
work.
that's how neo-Nazis are.
There you go.
But I wanted to say real quick that
You heard it here. Star Ninja is a neo-Nazi.
this it was a good week to talk about both this and this week's Kyuranger because the Zoomen don't know what ninjas are, just like how the Kyurangers don't know what
police are.
police
yeah.
are.
That's sort of strange.
Well, you know
Everything
what?
meshed
To be
up real
fair,
nice this week.
To be fair, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, what? This is fucking Sentai-verse, right? The police aren't a thing.
yeah. Plus, so I guess in Zooland there are no ninjas.
I guess they've always had peace.
Yeah.
They have a lot of things in Zealand.
Maybe the Kyurangers galaxy is the same as Zooland.
I want to go home.
Yeah, what if Garu is just a Zooman?
I mean, I'd be okay with that.
Like they're like a tribe of Zoomans. His like people were like a tribe of Zoomans that were banished from Zooland and like vanished to another planet. And then they also
Garu and the wolf guy from Misao's Gru were the last left, and then he got.
No, but they look
kidnapped by
too
Dennis.
different.
What, you can't have
Are you saying that two people of the same race have to look the same?
How Star Trek of you.
Hey, you're
That
talking
was like the best possible.
you're talking to the guy who worships fucking space Nazis.
I know,
over
right?
here.
Oh, look, we do have a
We
Nazi.
admitted it!
We have a Nazi amongst
on
us. I know
recording.
it.
I love the Galactic Empire very much.
We know.
Honestly,
The rebellions do nothing
They
but a bunch of
lost.
terrorists.
I know. Honestly, I agree. Like I
And we won.
non-biasedly agree with you on that.
Yeah, and they fucked up the economy and millions lost their lives and jobs.
Yeah, right?
Look at this. When I was watching Force Awakens, I was absolutely astounded by how many casualties were
Where the
caused
fuck
by
did
the
Gar go?
freaking
First Order?
rebels.
Oh, yeah. the
Yeah,
Resistance.
because and I was just like they're just killing stormtroopers left and right. Whereas whenever the Empire or the First Order kills someone, it always has a reason. It's not just
Yeah.
It's like
When I was watching Force Awakens, I was astonished by how much I was watching A New Hope.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
They're supposed to parallel each other.
Anyways,
soft
So
yeah, Misao does his whole butt letters
Sorry,
thing.
guys, I didn't mean
All right, yeah, let's get into that.
well, before real quick, I wanted
Maybe
to
we should talk about Star Wars.
I wanted to mention how funny it was that
Down.
Takaharu calls Yamato Aka Oger. And I'm like, I get it, but fuck you.
Oh dear.
I also gotta say, I love Kinji's way of speaking Japanese. It's like every time I hear him talk, I'm just like, I love the way he talks. It's so happy.
I think it's some weird twist on the Osaka dialect. Maybe Kansai. I could be wrong. I keep getting those mixed up.
He is
You don't
American.
speak
He is
Japanese.
American. So,
So let's talk about
The
what they do to
butlers.
Misa. Okay, so
yeah, they
so what happened was Rune like bound him with like vines or something,
in a mask.
right? Made out like and put a mask over his face, and the whole thing is that the mask speaks for him now.
Yeah.
Okay, I can dig that. That's Sentai Monster Power number 98.
Yeah.
I can dig.
9800.
There you go. So he goes into his own head again, and he goes into his special place with his furry companions.
The ones who don't actually exist and are just straight up hallucinations.
And they say, okay, there's other ways you can communicate. Now, I thought that was a neat idea. Okay, now he's got to figure out how to communicate, just like maybe charades or no, he can't write anything. His hands are tied. Okay, I can be okay with the fact that what he ends up doing is he writes kanji in the air with his ass. Honestly, not the worst idea.
Okay, that's not true. He writes kana in the air.
Sorry,
with his
very,
ass.
very sorry.
Alright, children, now I want you to scream real loud at my ass.
Is that a reference or not?
So-
Okay.
And just the weirdest part was just Kasami's like, I think he's trying to tell us something.
Okay.
And
I'm like,
and-
whoa!
And this movie has officially made the most competent character in all of Ninninger stare into a person's ass with deep intent and curiosity.
Stare into the ass.
This movie ruined Light Red Ninja.
Be careful when you stare into the abyss, because you will see yourself.
It will stare back.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just imagining her face slowly becoming
Anyway.
a buzz.
Anyway, point is, it's a kid's movie. Okay, haha, he's writing with his butt. Isn't that goofy?
Butts are
And
funny.
I was reminded of Futurama, honestly, when Bender had to pretend to be a bee. Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
That was what I was. So, I'm okay. And again, to be honest, because his feet were bound too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so honestly, yeah, you can get a lot of movement out that way if you're drawing with your butt. That's not the worst idea.
Shove a pen
You
between
hear
his
it,
cheeks.
Here's my-
heard it here, folks. Northcaster loves butt writing.
Dead ass. My point is, here's the part that trips me.
Likes balls.
Hashtag draw, dead ass.
Call me Amy. Point is,
The fuck?
never mind. I'll tell you when you're older.
You don't want to know?
Why?
So he writes in the air. He writes letters, right? He writes M-A. He writes ma.
Masuku.
So he writes mask. Okay, I want you to keep in mind that's all he writes.
Yeah.
That's all he writes.
Yep.
The Ninjers go, he wrote mask. Oh, it's the mask that's doing the talking for him.
That's a crazy
Time out.
logically.
Time out. Just because you're right. Okay, I'm going to be your 4th grade math teacher. Show your work.
Yeah.
How did you arrive to that conclusion?
Yeah, that's kind of a
Like,
large logical.
Okay, and to steal a joke from Mr. Plinkett, how did you know that? Did you read the script? What's on the ground there? Is that the script? How the hell did... Okay, so, what the hell does that mean? Like, if I were a terrorist, let's say I'm a rebel, Lane. Let's say I'm a rebel, and I get caught by the Empire, right? And I write with my ass, I write the word gun. Are you going to now assume, oh, it wasn't him, it was the gun?
Like, this
That's the one who did it.
This is really quite stupid, but
And-
I
and
honestly
then I immediately
want to try and see if I can write the word mask by wiggling my butt in the air.
And then
Let's see.
Castranger special video.
And then I immediately
No,
take
no,
said
no,
gun,
no.
We
Put
went
it on the
too
ground.
far.
Yeah.
try shooting at it, and miss terribly.
See, the whole
Yes.
reason is because no one would actually see it happen, except for you guys, so maybe not.
The thing that makes this stupid is like, so to make one movement to the other to get the different parts of the letter, he had to like reposition himself. So if you don't see the letters that he's drawing, it's really hard to know if each movement is an actual piece of the letter or him like repositioning himself to make the next
Sorry,
stroke.
Ichi, I need to interrupt you for a second. So right now, Dreamcaster is trying to spell the word mask with her butt. Yeah,
Totally what
the
you're
position you're in right now is telling me very much otherwise.
Castranger exclusive.
No, I'm getting prepared. I guess I can't do it. I can't.
No,
You don't have
that's
to.
okay. You don't have to spell out mask.
Anyway,
So they all fight.
no, wait. I'm not done with this.
Oh, come on.
Oh, we're far from done.
My point is, it's just it really felt like they just needed to rush along because there's nothing after that. They don't even like show them taking the mask off of him.
Okay, see,
Okay,
Emily.
Emily.
Okay, Emily. Here's what you do: you stick a pencil right between the cracks of your butt, and then you just take a piece of paper and write the word mask.
Wait a minute, did you
You
say
wrote
the-
mask with your butt.
Wait, did you just say the cracks plural?
Yes.
More than one.
Did you just assume my butt cracks?
What the hell?
I think we're all high as heck right now.
I know I
It's
am.
late.
No wonder Gar hates this movie.
Because of this movie. This movie is driven us insane.
Drives us bets. Drives.
Anyway, point is,
Are y'all fucking enjoying us? Being clowns for your amusement?
they amuse us.
What happens when we're not on for a while?
Point is,
we had a lot of stored up and pent up comedic energy.
Point is, okay, he's wearing a mask. He wrote mask. They assume that means the mask is controlling him.
Yep.
Evil Knievel couldn't make that leap.
That's a good. That's a good.
You fucking nailed that.
There you go. Speaking of nailing, so Zojus and the ninjas fight or
Just gave
whatever like
Blaine the
that.
weirdest look.
I know. And they start fighting, and oh, lo and behold, we find out like, oh, they're actually clones.
Well, wait, were they clones the whole time?
Yes.
Or
They
Yes.
were clones the whole
wait,
time.
no, but didn't they make a point of saying because both Reds come in, they try to break it up, and they even say, "Oh, it's a good thing you were actually trying to fight us because that made it look even more convincing."
Yeah.
I remember that being a thing.
Because they were trying so hard to really fight because they were clones and they wouldn't hurt each other.
Can we talk about gender politics in Sentai for a second?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they did not let like Sarah and Yakumo fight each other because
They put Sarah with
Sarah against fucking Kasumi.
Kasumi, right?
Yeah.
The pink one?
So it was not
Tusk
color
against
based.
Yakumo.
It was gender based.
Yes.
In that scene, the only rangers that were matched to the right color was yellows and whites.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 6th.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
obviously.
So now, I don't like that
No.
because that like I mean, that really just goes like to show like they just really don't like the idea of guys fighting girls. And
I
it's
don't
like,
know, I don't know if it's necessarily that. More along the lines of Tusk and Yakumo have kind of been like paired off as like the serious secondary rangers.
But that's the thing. This is Sentai. They pair color with color.
Not always.
They
but
usually
as much as I'd like them
Oh my
to,
gosh,
it's not
he's
always a
back.
thing.
Sorry, guy. We're still talking about the movie.
See you later.
Wait, you.
I will not.
Do you have
give
anything
this
to actually say?
I will not give this movie my time nor day.
Whoa, Gar, it's not that
I tried
bad.
to butt
I
roll.
believe you mean you will not give the movie the time of day.
He's being a bit too much.
Shut up your face.
All I can think of is in Futurama.
Linguo!
Remember
Dead?
when he puts in the cassette that's like response, your mother.
My point is though, you can't look me in the eye and tell me they didn't do that because of the gender.
Oh no,
I re-
probably.
And I don't like that where it's just like, because like Sentai always has sort of been like a cool thing about that where it's more slanted towards boys, and like I don't know, that just didn't sit right with me. Where it's
Yeah.
just like especially when you had the colors. It's not like they were missing colors. You know what I mean?
Well, it would
Okay, yes, there would have been an odd one out, but you didn't have to make 2 odd ones out.
Yeah.
Again, you can't convince me that wasn't done because of that. And
Oh,
I don't
and that's not even the first time. It gets worse when they like team up and like do their like roll calls and like start posing together. In one scene, one 6th Ranger is on one end standing in front of someone else, and the other 6th Ranger is on the other end standing with someone else. Whereas the other ones are like almost matched up entirely color-wise, and it really fucking bugged me.
There is a quote. I've said this before on the show in regards to, I think it was a similar thing about men fighting women. Oh, it was the sumo episode of Zyuohger,
Yeah.
where There's a quote from Futurama that kind of explains it perfectly. Shatner says to Leela, "There's no right way to hit a woman." Leela responds, "Then do it the wrong way."
Yeah.
You got it, but you got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Yeah, you shouldn't. If basically.
I'm not saying go out and just wail on a woman just because.
No, exactly. Just like you wouldn't wail on a man just because.
Well, I've been down that road.
But yeah, in the scene where the two teams finally clash and like stumble back defeated, I noticed something with regards to the editing. So at the end of that clash, Momo Ninja is like leaning and falling forward, and then the next instant the camera changes and she's like falling back with the rest of them.
Honestly, that's not the worst thing in editing I've seen in a fight scene.
But it is something
it's
I noticed.
noticeable, yeah. Oh, can we talk about the fact that we were all thinking about the ending of the first Pokemon movie when they did their...
Oh, God.
We really thought that's what was going to happen.
Fool!
When Yamato and Takaharu literally were about to get caught in the crossfire!
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, crossfire!
Oh, you know what would have been the greatest thing ever? What was the kid's name?
Yoshiharu.
If Yoshiharu was looking at like the ninjas fighting each other and going, Sentai teams aren't supposed to fight. Not like this.
Brother, my
No, Ninja, my Ninja, tell me how we get this way.
Oh my god.
Dude, I can't believe
Someone
we
needs to
all
put that
saw
song
this.
over the fight.
Oh my
Just
god.
that like that really melodramatic like violin like
Yeah.
and like hammering in the weirdest message ever.
And we just have like Misao just like slowly hitting Kinji back and forth, just getting more and more
Yeah.
tired. Just
And just Yakumo's like, the fools tried to stop our battle.
People who watch this probably already know because they probably have seen like the original Pokemon in the first movie
Yeah.
without the dub, but the reason for the really weird Deus Ex Machina Tears Revive Ash ending is actually not a Deus Ex Machina at all in the original cut, where it's explained very early on that tears of Pokemon are filled with life.
just
Oh,
I
so
know-
it's still stupid.
you just see a single
Yeah,
you just see a
it's still stupid, but it's not out of nowhere. There's a difference.
you just see a single tear go down Run's face, just like, I understand now. It's not what you do with your life, it's what you leave behind.
Honestly, I kind of wanted it to turn out that the cute form was Rumoon's true form, and that it was like really just evil.
That would have
but
been
looked like
funny!
that.
That would have been so
Yeah.
funny!
No, yeah, I wanted the
Like, he
cute
blooms
form to
into
be
this
evil.
weird fucking plant
Yeah.
monster with giant feet, which was like so stupid.
So yes, Girumada. I actually really liked Girumada's
Didn't
form.
like the giant feet.
Okay, other than the feet, did you like the design?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say I like the design. The feet, I get why you dislike them. I think the whole they're going because they're going with like the plant tree
Yeah,
thing.
because
It
it's
had
like
to,
rooted.
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
like-
absolutely. They're trunks. They're
and
like
the
giant tree trunks.
Which was great because like I kept saying like because I didn't notice the feet the first time, so I kept like waiting for a shot of the feet, and I realized
And they kept
wow, they
hiding
really
them.
don't do a lot of like from the knee down shots, do they?
Not for the first few shots that Girumada was in.
You know what I always wonder if the reasoning for that is, and I think I could even be right here. They might shoot from the waist up because actually that's something they do with a lot of suit actors. If they try to keep shooting from the waist up, so they don't need to be in those big fucking honking shoes all the time. They can be wearing regular stuff, and just shoot from the waist up.
Just in boxers.
Yeah,
Maybe.
sometimes.
I don't know, maybe. But I gotta say that I actually really liked Girumada's design. It kind of invoked the thoughts of like a Mega Man villain or something from Gunvolt.
Yeah, I can see that. Plant villain, cool. What you gonna do when they come for you?
He's gonna go like full Kubia / Bujin Gaim apparently.
Yeah, he turns like huge, and all I could think of was Audrey 2, but
Yeah, that was cool. I'm just a mean green mother from
Mother
outer space.
Oh, but before he grows giant, he summons clones of a bunch of dead villains from both shows.
And I'm like, oh shit, he summoned Galvanax. We're all screwed.
Oh no, he found old costumes.
He summons Kiba Oni Gengetsu, Red Gabi,
Bunghole.
Masakame, for some reason Treebeard from episode 1, aka Yagged, and we were calling him Bunghole the whole run of Zyuohger, and it wasn't until this movie that I realized what we should have been calling him, Banghole.
Bangarang.
So then we get the group henshin of the two teams, and I am utterly disgusted that we didn't get the ninjas doing their trademark flips.
No flips. No flips for you.
Nagi, when he and Leo are fighting Gavi, Nagi turns into his own Sentai with the Kakaranger shuriken. Nagi Sentai Kyuranger.
Yeah, like that's always been a thing. Like in Zyuohger, like boy, he like trains to be a ninja, or like learns some stuff from a ninja, and then he uses a shadow clone technique to like fight a monster one time. And I'm assuming Hurricane Yellow and there wasn't a yellow Kakaranger, right?
No.
Wait,
yeah.
I think there was.
Wait, hold on.
And then Hurricane
Yeah, there
Hurricane
was.
Yellow.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
yellow. Seikai.
Okay.
Are
yeah, I
you
was
waiting
making
out
sure.
by the door?
Were you waiting for
No,
something
I was
that
in
you
the
could correct
washroom.
us on?
Actually, yes.
Okay, yeah. And then
Well, you are
And
yellow,
then I'm
caster.
assuming Hurricane Yellow also, like, shadow cloned at one point.
They're ninjas.
Yeah, okay.
It's in the
Oh,
fucking
okay.
job description.
Um,
And
I
then
was
Leo,
getting kind of
and then
bored out there.
and then Leo literally uses his head, and fucking skull back.
yeah, it was awesome.
ah.
Total thing. Definitely thing Leo would do.
And then Bang Hole uses his dick laser on the four ladies.
As do I.
And Leo kick his ass. Wow. And then we get like a scene where yeah, so like Takaharu's like, oh, you should like fight with me or whatever like that, and then Daddy Ninja shows up out of nowhere.
Well, before all that, there's a few more interesting things to note. Pink and white ninjas turn into their Gekiyatsu Zords for like 5 seconds, and then when they come out of them, they're wearing fucking Kigus!
That was silly and fun, cute.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know why either, but it was cute.
I will admit it was stupid, but it's
But
whatever.
it's Sentai.
I would have preferred the Ninja girls in the cinema.
I would like to see fucking Mito Ninja
The
again.
car's so ready to hit me.
Star Ninja takes a selfie with Zoo of the World.
Yeah,
That
I
was
was like,
adorable.
and then he's like, I took a selfie with a friend.
And then he was like, "You're such a good person! Get the fuck out of the
I'm
way!"
gonna fucking do
Boom!
the thing! Ah!
You know, as much as we joke around, this movie gives me even more evidence to believe that Misao is actually pan-romantic. I firmly believe that at this point. Do you know what pansexual is?
You say pan because also like not humans.
Not just that, but
Pan is attracted to everything.
yeah, being pansexual or panromantic just means you're attracted to anyone who's like is kind to you.
Jack Harkness.
Entrance from .xgu.
Yeah.
The Dean from Community.
Exactly.
Well, he has a penchant for Dalmatians. So.
That's real.
Definitely gay.
So then we get Daddy Ninja shows up, and then just like it's like, oh yeah, I'm your grandson, and it's just, my son fucks. My son fucks. Oh my
fuck.
God, my son fucks.
Oh God, son fucks.
Son fucks. You know, again,
Who did you put your seed into?
we assumed it was Purple Ninja.
We can assume. We can only pray.
You know, awesome kick-ass sword legs for days lady from fucking Ghost Ex-Aid.
It's Takaharu. Who's the mother? Dun, 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 dun. No?
No,
How I Met Your Mother?
no, don't watch that.
How I Met-
Considering that was not the theme song.
How I Met
Yeah,
Your-
that's sort of a, you know, like
Da,
with
da,
the piano.
da, da,
Yeah, but
da,
that's
okay.
after the piano thing.
Oh my God.
Except this
Anyways.
one will be called How I Met Your Ninja.
Well, to be fair,
I
maybe
just
it's
love how we can
just as
plug in the
terrible.
word ninja to anything.
Ninja.
Well, at least it's not Ninger.
So then,
I was thinking that too.
and then they all go,
Actually, it's
Nigger?
no, I can't-
and then okay. So then Daddy Ninja brings out another Ichibanto, and everyone's questioning why the fuck does he have that? I'm like, because he built the fucking thing.
That doesn't excuse how he just pulled 2 of them out of his ass.
Because he can.
He wasn't expecting to fight, so
So
why
that-
did he have not 1 but 2 on him?
I love that his opinion, like, it's like, oh, Dad, look what's happening over there. Oh, it's a red gorilla fighting. No, that. Ah, Kimono Gengetsu!
Maybe they're just really easy to make.
Yeah.
And he knew to make them, like, he made them when he found out about the situation. It's like, oh, me too.
He didn't know about the situation. He was
just-
only there
he
because he
Showed up for no reason.
No, they explained it.
Oh.
The one of the
Oh, yeah, the
ceiling
ceiling
shuriken
shuriken came out.
flew out from their house.
I'm about to put way much more thought into this than anyone on the writing staff did.
Okay.
Don't people who wear glasses tend to keep 2 of everything because they're used to losing stuff?
Oh.
That doesn't mean he's carrying 2 swords.
No, he keeps 2 because he knows he might need one, but he could lose that one, so he needs another.
Oh.
You know what? The way
I know I put way more thought into that than anyone else.
No, you know what? The way Tsumuji is, I think that's totally within his character.
Yeah, totally.
I did it! I cracked it!
So then we get all 3 Aka ninjas. They all do their thing. You know, Yoshiharu does lightning, Takaharu does fire, and Tsumuji does the wind. So they do all the cool.
You know what?
techniques.
You know what's really interesting about the fact that Yoshiharu uses lightning?
Mhm.
Think about the fire element in Avatar. Lightning bending is described as an advanced school of fire bending. So, and Yoshiharu is from the future. So, for him to be using lightning as an advanced subset of fire is a really interesting thing to note.
Real lightning.
And we know that it's advanced even in the ninja canon because Kinji uses it, and when they were talking about that after his debut, they were like, oh, wind and lightning magic are really advanced.
Yep.
Or not magic, but ninjutsu.
Yeah. So then, like, they defeat all the clones, whatever, like that, and then Ruin's just like, oh, fuck you up, and then grows big, like, Amnon's a bunch of...
I
Oh!
love that.
First...
I love that, how he has the coins, and you're like, okay, what's he gonna do with them? He just into his mouth, and I at first I thought, wait, why do you need more than one? But then he gets this like really mutated form. I thought that was a cool touch.
Which is great because in Zyuohger, whenever like Kubar or whoever ate more than one continue, it had no change. It was just they grew giant.
And then... Oh, yeah! Well, the best part about it is, Genis, being the amazing villain that he is so cool, such a great villain, he's not even in this movie!
I could honestly believe the reasoning, because A, he wouldn't have been that important to the plot,
No.
obviously. I can honestly believe the reason they didn't even have him in like the back, like, oh yes, go do your thing. 1, they would have had to get the voice actor, that's an extra $20. 2, that suit cannot be easy to transport.
Oh god, no.
I think they just said, fuck it. We don't need him anyway.
So we're doing it behind Genis' back.
Genis is above this film.
And then yes, the Kyuranger cameo happened. It was cool.
Okay,
we
so
got cocktail. Okay, we're not gonna talk about too long because we are like almost 2 hours.
I
in.
know, but let me just talk about this real quick. This episode of Kyuranger from this week established that the Kyurangers exist in a separate reality, and yet there is no fucking explanation for why they showed up here.
This is their universe's Kyurangers.
But the Dekarangers database had no record of the Kyutama's existence.
Zyuohger's in its own universe.
Ichi, what is Sentai?
What's going on?
Stupid.
It's a commercial.
Also,
That's why.
All they had to do was show a fucking crack in the sky. It could have been the exact same animation from this week's episode for all I fucking care, and it would have been perfectly explained.
Ichi, that's an extra day's work,
No.
and we don't have to do that.
No, it's not. It's copy pasting the same animation.
Then you know what, Ichi? You go move to Japan, work for Toei. You can write this show all you want.
And you know why else this Kyuranger cameo pissed me off? Because they cut off Zuo Bird.
Yeah, we got cock blocked for Zyuohger,
We
so
just sort of saw him.
We got beak blocked.
and then he's like, "Well, guess I didn't have to do anything." Click.
Guess I'll die.
He didn't die though.
I know.
So
yeah, the Kyurangers.
And then what was interesting is they didn't have the other 4 4 of the Kyurangers, like Champ, Raptor, Balance, and Garu talk because, you know,
Although
keeping
there were
VA is a
some-
secret.
There were some like grunts from Champ and Balance.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
So then they grow big, and then Gar, at least there was one cool thing you liked in this movie when they showed the Sentai, the other red members.
Because
who was leading them?
No. I said it once and I say it again. I will not give this movie my own
Red
time.
Falcon showed up, and I'm going to say this. Gar actually was like, "Oh, it's Red Falcon!" It wasn't even fucking Aka Ranger. It was
the only reason
Red Falcon.
any of this
Because
bullshit.
30th anniversary of Live.
40th.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, 40th Sentai as well. But yeah, they were about to get like destroyed by Girumara, and then the other Sentai just came in and Deus Ex Machina saved them all. And then like they're all standing in order and they all pose, but like they're all out of chronological order, so it's really jarring.
I don't care.
And then after they come back to the reality, they like get back on their Zords, and then they all just look up, and in the endless void of space above their cockpit, all the Red Rangers are just in perfect formation, just glowing. And I'm just like, how big is this space?
But yeah, so then they defeat what's-his-face with fucking...
Irumada!
Shuriken with a one-on-one...
Not even on the final mech, but on the mid-season mech, they stick a fucking Nin Shuriken on its chest, and it has enough fucking morale
it was
boost
on
power.
Wild Dosai Dokagaki!
No! It wasn't Wild Deka. It didn't
wasn't
have...
on that?
No! It was on Wild Tosai King. It wasn't the Dodeka King.
No,
Yeah,
but the whale was in there.
No, it was
Yes,
not.
The whale
No.
showed up in the formation!
No, that was when they were fighting it before.
Okay.
When the Shuriken Zord appeared on it, it was on Wild Tosai King, because it was Wild Tosai Shuriken
Okay,
King.
anyways, so then, beat the thing, Yoshiharu fucks off, Takaharu also admits, oh, I just got married recently, oh, and she's pregnant! Whoa, I have a son!
Which really
Are
makes...
we really not going to talk about the cameos from the original Sentai teams and everything?
We just did.
Yeah.
We-
All the Rangers that were glowing in the cockpit.
I
and
meant
all
like
that.
how you were pissed off that they weren't in order.
Oh yeah.
I said that. Did you?
I
Yes.
actually spaced out there.
You need to
for-
pay fucking
I
attention.
spaced
No,
out
no,
there
none of
for a
that.
second too. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I
fine.
was
I'm not sorry.
going to say something sort of. I admit that even though this movie was like really silly and dumb
It's
and
Sentai.
all
It's
of that
what's
stuff,
silly.
when it had all of the Red Rangers doing their lineup, I noticed about halfway through that I was crying.
Oh,
And I was trying so hard to not show you.
that's fine. Okay, and then
I'm sorry.
it ends with them doing the Zyuohger ending dance, which honestly
awesome.
I fucking enjoyed, and especially because I was watching Fuka and Kinji's actors the whole time, and they were just having a fucking blast doing this dance.
Oh, I also wanted to mention real quick that after Yamato gets trampled by everyone shitting themselves over the fact that Takaharu had sex, he uses the line from Deno. He's like, Saisho kara saigo made.
Yes.
Gar.
Without getting too emotional, I'm curious. Why don't you like this? Like, why do you hate it? I'm very curious.
Why
Without getting emotional.
Why do you really not like this movie?
Because it's a disgrace of what Super Sentai should be.
And why is that?
Because they try to force in a crossover movie with Zyuohger when they could have easily made a plot about the future of Super Sentai in their hand. This was supposed to represent the 40th anniversary of this franchise, in which they don't even try to give it its own movie. It's like, one of the best crossovers that they ever did was the Gokaiger Gosage, or 199 Heroes. That is proof that you can do a crossover and an anniversary film in the exact same film.
I agree.
You got a point.
Very good one.
Well, the point of this movie was to save the Sentai legacy from ending.
Then why not focus on that instead of
because
the
they-
whole ninja?
You know what? Here's the thing.
They kind of did it at some point, because once they had changed history, the Kyuranger showed up.
Hold that thought, though. I think he's got a point. In the sense of, like, here's like, I'm not into Sentai or, like, Toku as much as you guys. You could have told me this wasn't a 40th anniversary sort of thing, I'd have believed you. If you had just said, this is a regular crossover, I would have believed you. And except for that one thing at the end where, oh, hey, here's all the teams. I'm like, wait, why are they here now?
Here's the thing, though. When the Kyuranger showed up, Bard specifically mentions that because they changed history, the next Super Sentai has been born.
Yeah, but that's just, I don't know, even that.
I agree that they should have highlighted it more than they did, but that plot point was present.
He's got a point, you got a point.
I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm not saying it's a great movie.
No.
I'm not saying it's even a good anniversary movie, but they did the bare minimum to make it qualify.
They did what they do.
Yeah,
Lousy.
like the Zyuohgers are being the Zyuohgers, and the Ninjas are being the Ninjas. That's what we got. I agree.
It's a
This was
movie
not-
about two teams of assholes.
This was not a fantastic movie. I'm not praising it as the fucking greatest Sentai versus movie ever, because there's far better ones.
There's
but
also far worse.
but there were
No.
some
This is the
fun ones.
bottom of the barrel.
Hmm.
This is like... This is the lowest that you can get. Ichi, this is the worst Super Sentai thing I have ever seen.
Whoa.
Period.
Wait, really?
Wow.
Okay.
in its entire, like, ever?
For all 43 years, this is at the bottom of the barrel.
Wow.
Quick, think of something worse.
No, I can't.
Oh no.
I mean,
I've seen more Sentai than all four of you combined.
I believe that.
it's
That
true.
is true.
That's true.
I wouldn't put that on your dating
You
profile,
know what?
though.
Cool. Guy.
I
Thank you.
would.
Thank you for giving us your opinions on
There
this
you go.
movie. So, like, yeah, we just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Because that's... honestly, Gar, in all honesty, like, it's great to see how much of, like, a huge respect and love you have for Sentai. It's, like, it's really admirable. And it's awesome. So power to you, man. That's why we love you having you on the
That's
show,
why we
because
wanted to
you're
have
the
an opinion.
you're the encyclopedia. You're the guy. Like, fucking, you're Gokai Silver.
This is
like,
the-
you're just that guy who, like, if you met any of the, like, old Sentai actors or any Sentai, you'd lose your shit and you'd just be like, autograph, please. I loved you in this show.
That's kind of why I like this group that we have here, because we've all got varying levels of experience and interest. Gar is the encyclopedic, know everything about Sentai, whereas on the flip side, Cell's the one from the outside looking in going, what?
What is happening?
And I love having both sides of the coin on this show.
And Emily's, like, kind of super fresh into it, but, like, she knows the tropes. She knows, like, what, like, this franchise is like, and she loves, like, every fucking minute of it.
Blaine's
Yeah.
got that childlike enthusiasm
And
we
I also
all
watch
love.
it.
And you know, and me, I just keep giving the show money to keep going.
And Ichi, I like Ichi.
I was about to use that on Lane, but thanks. And Ichi runs the equipment.
We all like.
Anyways, this was a fucking long ass episode,
This
but
was.
this was a very fucking good one. So
Well,
yay!
we had to make up for not being here last week.
It's great to know that we can go on without our illustrious silent leader. So,
For a second, I thought you meant me, man. I'm like, but we didn't.
oh, you're our host. Raven's our leader.
Yeah.
He's a figurehead.
Do you
Remember
hon-
that.
Honestly, would he have contributed much? As much as it hurts to
Eh,
say.
Yeah,
like in
and the
Kamen
movie
Rider
was alright.
It's like in Kakaranger.
I like that one part.
Sure, there is a ninja red, but the leader is the white.
Yup.
As
Just like
is
in
right.
Time Force.
As is right in the world.
Jen was the leader of the Time Force Rangers.
I didn't even notice what I just said.
Maybe before
Anyways,
you
do we
speak.
recommend the Zyuohger Ninninger movie?
Fuck no.
No. If you like both shows, worth one viewing.
You know what? Wait. That's a good way of putting it. Don't look at this as an anniversary. Look at this as a crossover. How would you rate it?
It's still horrible.
Really?
I mean, it's a crossover of a
There
good
are
show
many,
and a show.
There are many plot holes that come with Ninja.
Plot holes, really?
Everything's full of plot holes
Sentai?
In a
nowadays.
Sentai movie featuring the
surely you
ninja and
jest.
time travel.
Surely you jest. Anyway, yeah, if you like, watch it for yourself if you want, just to see. Maybe it's so bad it's good. I don't know.
If you like Zyuohger and or Ninninger, it's only an hour of your time. It's not a full hour and a half.
And why you think I only watched it once?
Not even.
Once.
No, I watched it 3 times, and I hate myself. Honestly, it was less terrible with each watch.
Anyways.
Isn't that what the tagline for the Power Rangers movie was?
It's like Stockholm Syndrome.
Anyways, Ichi.
Anyways, thank you all for listening to yet another episode of Radio Sentai Castranger. Hopefully you enjoyed this very long episode. As usual, you can find the primary source of our hijinks at castranger.podbean.com. Please check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/rscastranger. Tweet at us at Ixie Studios. Check out our publicly available Discord channel. And please view our Patreon and consider pledging to help us make the show better for you and eventually, potentially, release the video game.
I hope so. It looks amazing, and I really want to do art for it. I'm not saying that my art looks amazing. It'll probably be the worst looking part of it, but
I am though saying that your art is amazing.
So long, everybody.
I hope I improve by then.
Goodbye.
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 Thank you for listening. I'm sorry for being dumb.
Don't watch this movie.
Yeah, don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Go watch Get Out.
Or
Watch Krampus.
Gar could just actually get out.
As he did.
Watch Oakjaw on Netflix on June 28th.
Watch The Human Centipede Part 3. No, don't do
No, don't do that. Just watch the first one.
Listen,
Watch,
to Radio Sentai Castranger. Fuck!
Watch The Predator coming out August 2018.
No, let's not talk about the Predator anymore.
This episode of Castranger has been brought to you by the glorious donations of our cast patrons,
Oliver Nilsson, Joel Maroney, and Chris Laird. Thanks very much.